recorder. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
ఇక్కడ చూడు కనపడుతుంది.
Yeah. This is not moving. Just give me 1 minute.
Get used to it. I'll dress up and somewhere else to go.
ఒక half an hour.
Yeah. We'll get started, and anybody who is not speaking, please go on mute. Only when you have a question, kindly come on mute, and then we continue talking. Let's sing this bhajan and get started. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. As it's Kartik Mas, it's very, very important to think about the abode of Krishna, which is Vrindavana. So there is two abodes. One is the original Vrindavana, which is in the spiritual world, which is called Goloka Vrindavana, above the planet of Sri Vaikuntha. And in this material world, it is here in the Uttar Pradesh, which is the Vrindavana, which is called as Bhauma Vrindavana, which you can see with the physical eyes. But this Vrindavana and that Vrindavana is almost same. When we go with normal eyes, this Vrindavana, we see only roads, buildings and all. But the people who have so much devotion for Krishna, they can actually see Radha Krishna and all the activities happening even now in this Vrindavana. But today we are not qualified. But one day, when we reach that stage, when we go to Vrindavana, we'll be able to see that one. But now we'll see, at least think about Vrindavana, we'll think about Radha and Krishna, we'll think about all the pastimes of Krishna, Gopas, boys, girls, that whole environment. We'll try to imagine through this one of the beautiful songs. I'll try to sing this song. Please follow. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Sri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Sri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Sri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana Shama Kunda Radha Kunda गिरि गोवर्धना कालिंदी जमुना जया जय महावान श्यामा कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धना कालिंदी जमुना जया जय महावान केसी घाट भंसी बठा द्वादशा कनाना जहाँ सब लीला कोइलो श्रीनंदानंदाना केसी घाट भंसी बठा द्वादशा कनाना जहाँ सब लीला कोइलो श्रीनंदानंदाना श्रीनंदा यशोदा जया जय गोपगाना श्रीदामादि जय जय धेनुवत्सगाना श्रीनंदा यशोदा जया जय गोपगाना श्रीदामादि जय जय धेनुवत्सगाना. I'm trying to sing 2 lines and I'm trying to repeat again so that we'll try to follow. Even though it's little difficult, don't worry, please follow. Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhiranagari Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhiranagari Jaya Jaya Gopishwara Vrindavana Maja Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatu Dvijaraja Jaya Jaya Gopishwara Vrindavana Maja Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatu Dvijaraja Jaya Rama Ghatha Jaya Rohini Nandana Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Basi Jata Jana Jaya Rama Ghatha Jaya Rohini Nandana Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Basi Jata Jana Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Naga Kanyagana Bhakati Tejahara Pailo Govinda Charana Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Naga Kanyagana Bhakati Tejahara Pailo Govinda Charana Sri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radhasham Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manorama Sri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radhasham Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manoram Jaya Jayojvala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar Parakiya Bhave Jaha Brajete Prachar Jaya Jayojvala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar Parakiya bhavejaha prajete prachar. Srijahnavapada padma Koriya smarana Dina Krishna dasa kohe Nama sankirtana Srijahnavapada padma Koriya smarana Dina Krishna dasa kohe Nama Sankirtana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Sri Govinda Gopinada Madana Mohana Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. You know, this song is very, very beautiful because we think about all the great personalities of Vrindavana. Basically, Jaya Radha, Jaya Krishna. Jaya means glories. Gopaga Chapna. Jaya Radha, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana. So we are glorifying Radha and Krishna, Vrindavana. Sri Govinda, Gopinatha, Madana Mohana. Those are three important deities in Vrindavan. There is Madan Mohan, Gopinath, Govinda. There are actually 6 important temples there in Vrindavan, which are established by 6 Goswamis. So we are thinking about one of the 3 prominent temples, Govinda, Gopinatha, Madana Mohana. Next, Shyama Kunda, Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan. Shyama Kunda is the pond which is created for the pleasure of Lord Krishna, and Radha Kunda is the pond created for the pleasure of Srimati Radharani, and Govardhan. I think everybody knows Govardhan, right? Govardhan, which is in Vrindavan, which is like now it is not very big, it is very small, like a small hill, which is the one which Krishna has lifted. So at that time when Krishna has lifted, it is considered as Govardhan was almost touching the sky. Now you will not see that height. So Govardhan is that big Parvata. It is considered as none other than Krishna. So Govardhan is considered as none other than Krishna. Anytime in our life, if you are able to do one walk around 14 kilometers around Govardhana Parvatam in Vrindavana, it will take maybe 4 or 5 hours. It's a very nice road. It's not very difficult like Shabarimala or other places. It's very simple, plain road. But if you can walk around thinking of Krishna and make one pradakshina around the Govardhana, they say that there is no life again. That is the kind of belief people carry. So please have that desire in your mind that one day we should go to Vrindavan and do one parikrama around Govardhan. Next, Kalindi, Jamuna Jaya and Jaya Mahavan. Kalindi. Kalindi is the river where the Kalindi Sarpa comes in and Krishna does the Nutya, we know, right? Krishna does the Natyam and finally subdues Kali and says, you go away from here. And Yamuna river is there. We all know that Yamuna river, so many things. Kesi Gata, Bamsi Bata. All these are different places in Vrindavan where a lot of pastimes of Krishna happened. When you read Canto 10 of Srimad Bhagavatam, you will understand so many pastimes. We all know little bit, so many leelas of Krishna. Each place one leela has happened. Even now, even though it happened in Dwapara Yuga, now if you go to Vrindavan, we can still understand this place Kaliya Mardana happened. This place Krishna used to go with his friends and eat lunch. All these places are still available. We can go and connected. Sri Nanda Yasoda Jaya, they are the great parents of Bhagavan. The person who do not need a father and a mother, Sri Krishna, himself chose to have a father and mother so that he can get that affection of his father and mother. So Nanda and Yashoda are so great because they are personally chosen by Krishna. You become my mother, you become my father. So they are personally chosen by Krishna. That's why they are great. And then Gopagan. Gopagan means basically all the boys who used to play with Krishna. Can you imagine the Supreme Lord who is everybody waiting, Indra, Varuna, Chandra, everybody wanted to take his darshan. He is playing kabaddi with friends. He is playing all kinds of games with his friends. And one of the difference, last time we were thinking about Vishnu Tattva and Krishna Tattva, small difference. Vishnu Tattva and Krishna Tattva is same. Only difference is in Vishnu Tattva, you don't see Lord Venkateshwara or Lord Narayana playing with his friends, playing with his girlfriends, playing with his mother, stealing butter. Those kind of leelas you don't see in the Narayana Tattva. They are same. But Krishna Tattva has got this little more leelas where you feel connected. When you read those stories, we feel more connection. So Gopagan, those are the boys where he used to play every day with Krishna. So imagine actually Krishna's group every day, they used to carry the lunch box and go to play into the forest. Vrindavana are many forests. They used to go to the forest along with the cows. How many cows Nanda Maharaj has? 7 lakhs cows. 7 lakhs cows. Radharani is more richer. She has 9 lakhs cows. Krishna has 7 lakhs cows. So when he was little boy, he used to take all the calves and go. And from the Gopashtami day, which happens very soon, then Krishna has become little bigger boy and he's allowed to even take the bigger cows kind of a thing. So when he used to take there, when the cows were grazing, so all the boys used to sit and play from morning till evening, a lot of games. And groups used to divide into 2 groups. And if any game Krishna loses, he has to carry the other boys on his shoulders. Can you imagine? Supreme Lord, Sarva Karana Karanam, a God, a person can sit on his shoulder and play and tease him saying that loser, loser, loser like that. He allowed that to happen. That is his greatness. That's why Krishna Leelas are considered as with a lot of madhuryam, with a lot of madhurya bhava. Namaskar Anjireddy garu, randi. So Jaya Vrishabhanu, which is Radharani's father. Kirtida Sundari, which is Radharani's mother, because they are the mother and father of the Supreme Goddess Radharani. Jaya Pauranamasi, Jaya Abhiranagaril. Jaya Jaya Gopishwara. Gopeshwara is the Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, who is the Kshetrapalaka of Vrindavana. He is called Gopeshwara. Gopeshwar Mahadev. When Radha Krishna's Rasalila happens at all, actually nobody is allowed. Only the gopis and Krishna was there. Krishna expanded him into unlimited forms and he was dancing with every gopi. He was dancing with maybe millions of gopis there. Shankara wanted to attend. So they said, you cannot attend with the male body. So Gopeshwara, Krishna, he made himself like a woman. He wore a beautiful sari and he went inside and he was dancing. When he was dancing, we all know Lord Shiva's dance, right? It is like almost like very fearful dance. So they were able to recognize, though he is like a gopi, he is dancing very differently. They were able to recognize it is Shankara who has come inside. So he's a Kshetrapalaka. Like Tirupati, when we go, we are supposed to take darshan of the Varahadev. Similarly, if we go to Vrindavana, we are also supposed to take the darshan of Gopeshwar Mahadev. Dvijapatnis are Brahmins. Nagakanya, when the Krishna entered into the Kaliya Mardana and finally he was dancing on the hood of the Kali, all the wives of the Kali come and pray, Krishna, please, please, please forgive my husband. It is his ignorance, he doesn't know and all. So they are all like that. So Rasalila and every place. So basically this song is a beautiful song where we think about all the places of Vrindavana and we think about all the great personalities of Vrindavana. And because it's Kartik Mas and the evening time, by thinking about all that one, it will invoke so much auspiciousness in our life. So much auspiciousness. We cannot even imagine how much auspiciousness we are getting by thinking about all these great personalities on this evening. Right. Let's get started with our prayers and we start the class. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadanti Sva Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha. Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari వృషభానుసుతే దేవి ప్రణమామి హరిప్రియే వాంఛాకల్పతరుభ్యశ్చ కృపా సింధుభ్య ఏవ చ పతితానాం పావనేభ్యో వైష్ణవేభ్యో నమో నమః. జై శ్రీకృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభో నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధార శ్రీవాసాది గౌరభక్త బృంద. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే, హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. Are you all comfortable with these prayers, or should I lead first line and you will follow? Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttamasloke bhaktir bhavatir naishtiki krishnaya vasudevaya దేవకీ నందనాయ చ నందగోపకుమారాయ గోవిందాయ నమో నమః. నమో మహావదన్యాయ కృష్ణ ప్రేమ ప్రదాయతే కృష్ణాయ కృష్ణ చైతన్య నామినే గౌరత్విషే నమః. నమః పంకజనాభాయ నమః పంకజమాలినే నమః పంకజనేత్రాయ నమస్తే పంకజాంగ్రయే. నమో బ్రాహ్మణ్యాయ దేవాయ గోబ్రాహ్మణహితాయ చ జగద్దితాయ కృష్ణాయ గోవిందాయ నమో నమః. నమాం విష్ణుపాదాయ కృష్ణప్రేష్టాయ భూతలే శ్రీమతే భక్తివేదాంత స్వామినితి నామినే. నమస్తే సరస్వతే దేవే గౌరవాణి ప్రచారిణే నిర్విశేష శూన్యవాది పాశ్చాత్య దేశతారిణే. జై శ్రీకృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభో నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధార శ్రీవాసాది గౌరభక్త బృంద. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే, హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. Last session, we discussed about three modes of material nature, sattva, rajas, tamo, gunal. So that is what we discussed a little bit about. And we tried to understand the basic characteristics of what is sattva guna, what is rajo guna, what is tamo guna, what is Krishna telling in Bhagavad Gita about these three gunas. And we also discussed about the fourth guna. What is that? Do you remember? Shuddha sattva guna, which is almost like a bhakti, this one. So we discussed about sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, and we also discussed about shuddha sattva. To have practical examples, we were trying to understand each guna in different situations. A person in mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So a person in sattva guna, how does he behave? How does he work? What does he eat? What does he do? How does he give charity? Like that, every guna we are trying to understand in different circumstances, how we eat, how we sleep, what do we do, how do we follow religion, how do we do charity, how do we do sacrifice in each of this one, so that we understand, analyze ourselves, which guna we are in. We also discussed last session that this chapter is not to apply on others. It is not for us to learn about sattva, rajas, tamo guna and immediately in the morning walk, you are in rajo guna, you are in sattva guna, you are in tamo guna. This is for us when we look into our mirror, we understand about which guna is dominating my personality. ఏ గుణ ఎక్కువ నన్ను డామినేట్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఒకవేళ నేను కనుక తమో గుణంలో ఉంటే సత్వగుణంలోకి ఎలా మారాలి, ఏం చేస్తే I move to a better one. So that is the whole syllabus. So this is all based on chapter 14, three modes of material nature, and chapter 16, where Krishna is talking about Dhaivi Bhava and Asuri Bhava. Chapter 14, chapter 16, and to some extent on chapter 17. Based on these three chapters, we are trying to understand. So what Krishna is telling in chapter 14:5, this was the sloka we discussed last week. Sattvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhava nibadnati mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. The moment one person takes the human body, the moment a soul takes the human body, automatically we come in contact with one of these gunas. We get in touch with one of these gunas and they'll start dominating. It's like oka jalaga pattukundi antaru chusara. That guna catches us and it's very difficult to go. And how do we decide? You might ask a question, then why only sattva, why only rajoguna has to catch or tamoguna has to catch? Why can't sattva-guna why don't sattva-guna to catch me so that I have a peaceful life? No, this depends again about our past karma. What kind of activities we have done in our past life, previous life, many number of lives. We discussed, right? How many lives we had? Do we know? Millions of lives. And were they all human births? No guarantee. Right now, present moment is guarantee. We all have human birth. We discussed, right, how rare is human birth. And how rare one thinks about Krishna. Bahunam janmanam mante. We practice that sloka, right? Bahunam janmanam mante. That means after so many births, some understand that Krishna is the God, I should follow him. And after again many births, they try to follow properly. And after many births, they will reach the end result. So that means it's very, 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 very rare. It is like if anybody is a probability student of mathematics, you will understand it is 1 out of million chances. It is like that. Having taken human birth itself is so rare because there are 84 lakh species of living beings, which is animals, reptiles, insects, all kinds of things. Among these 84 millions of species, human birth is the so rarest. But unfortunately, we forget about the rarity of the human life. When we get a human body, we think that this is for enjoyment. We think that this whole body Krishna has given me only for enjoyment. I like to eat whatever I want to eat. I like to drink whatever I want to drink. All my life is about having fun and enjoying. Jindagi na milegi dobara. People think that there is no life again. There is one wrong philosophy going around in the market that this is the only life, enjoy whatever you want. There are many wrong philosophies available in the market. But Krishna is reminding again and again and again in Bhagavad Gita that his human birth is very rare. Please use this human birth for self-realization. Understanding who am I? Nenu evarni? Bhagavantudu evaru? Bhagavantudiki nakunna sambandham enti? Who am I? Who is God? Why am I dying? What is my relationship with God? What should I do? How do we cross this cycle of birth and death? Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. We discussed that whether it is a small insect, as small as mosquito, or a human being, or as a huge animal like whale or a elephant, they all also go through. Whether a living being is living for 4 hours or living for 500 years. Some tortoises live for 300, 500 years. We might have read in this one. Whether we are living for few hours or 500 years, everybody is going through janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. Birth, death, old age, disease. So, in Algitlo inchi, what is the solution to come out of this 4? Is there any solution? Shastra is telling the only solution is hold the lotus feet of Vasudeva. Catch the lotus feet of Krishna, say his names, lead your life in a dharmic way, follow scriptural injunctions. Then there is every chance that you will be able to get out of the cycle of birth and death. That is the whole essence of all the 12 sessions we are talking. And it is worth to repeat again and again in every week so that it gets wired in our body. The problem is many people like me, when we sit here for 2 hours, we talk all nice things. When we come out, we'll forget. So it is very important that it has to be reminded to us again and again and again. So we discussed about sattva guna, rajoguna and tamo guna. And we also discussed from the mode of goodness, knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, we are always in greed. Adi kavali, idi kavali, tapana. Naku entunna inka anandam ledhu, inka adi kavali, asti kavali, dabbulu kavali, peru kavali. We are always want more. We are never happy. And from the mode of ignorance, foolishness, madness, and illusion develop. So from this sloka, what is it telling? That if you want to understand the real knowledge, but somebody who is in the mode of ignorance, వాళ్ళ కూర్చోబెట్టి భగవద్గీత చెప్పిన అర్థం కాదు, ఎల్లెల్లవా చెప్పొచ్చా అంటే నా ఫైన్, యు ఆర్ వేస్టింగ్ మై ఈవినింగ్. ఇప్పుడు కూర్చోబెట్టి నాకు భగవద్గీత, ఐ కెన్ లర్న్ భగవద్గీత ఆఫ్టర్ 70. దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ ద టైమ్. లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ సే దట్ వన్. But Krishna is telling, if you are in the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. That means if you want to understand Gita, if you want to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, if you want to understand scriptures, we should move to the mode of goodness. So we should assess ourselves where we are. Am I in mode of goodness? Good, continue. Am I in mode of passion? Try to move to the mode of goodness. Am I in mode of ignorance? Tamo gunalo unnana? First make one step, move to rajoguna. Then make one more step, move into sattva guna. That is what Krishna is telling. Then only he is telling that you can see in an actual way. Otherwise, we start seeing things in a different way. In Sanskrit, there is one term called Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. I don't know anybody heard this one. Rajju Sarpa Bhranti means Ratri Pota Thad Chusna, we think it is a snake. In the midnight, you see a small thread near our door. It is a full-fledged proper apartment. There is no chance that snake will come inside. If it is a garden, I can understand. But still in the midnight, when you are coming out, suddenly you see this wire. You think it might be a snake and you are scared and you shout. So that is called Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. But the moment light is on, you know that it is wire, it is not a snake. So Krishna is also telling that when we are in ignorance, we think that wire is a snake. But when there is a knowledge called light, then we can understand what is permanent, what is impermanent, what is right, what is wrong, what is useful, what is not useful. Then we start understanding things and then start applying them in our life. We discussed basic characteristics, right? The people who are in ignorance are always like mad, illusion, foolish. They behave foolish, they talk foolish. And the people who are in mode of passion, uncontrollable desires, so many desires, how much ever you do, and they go out of the way to achieve anything. If they have a target, they will not even sleep. That's kind of a thing. And they do everything for their benefit. They don't do anything for others' benefit. ఇందులో నాకేం వస్తుంది, నాకు వస్తుంది అంటే నేను 24 గంటలు కూడా కష్టపడతాను. I don't mind working hard for 10 days without sleep if I get that result. But if I don't get that result, I will not work. That is a kind of mode of passion. Whereas mode of goodness, the people who are in sattva guna, they are having freedom for sinful reactions. Edi manchi, edi chedu, idi cheyachu, idi cheyagodadu. I need to follow this, I should not do this one. Shastra said I do not do this one. So they will try to follow those kind of rules naturally. For example, for one person smoking, and you tell smoking is bad for your health, right? One person will say, I know I'm struggling, I'm unable to control, thank you for helping me. That is one nature. Another person, who are you to tell me? It's my money, my smoke, my health. If I get cancer or throat cancer, my problem. Who the hell are you? Are you funding me? You go do your duty. That is the nature of one person. Another nature of person is, no, I am okay. Another nature of person is, I try to control, and they try to control. Maybe because of some circumstances, they got into that bad habit. But because of their goodness, they are trying to come out of the bad habit. They know that they are doing wrong. I'm telling you, 90% of the people who are doing wrong, they know that they are doing wrong. 10% of the people don't even know that they are doing wrong. They just do it because that has become their nature. So conscience, Krishna inside in our heart as this Paramatma, he tells sometimes, this is not good for you, this is good for you, but we ignore. Today, all of us receive messages from inside, but we ignore. And it's very difficult to also receive that. For example, there is a very silent voice in this room. And if the room is very noisy, can you hear that one? Very, very, very silent, slow volume, low frequency voice is coming up. And if this room is noisy, can you hear that one? No. But if the room is calm, completely calm, where you can also hear the tick, tick, tick of the clock, then that voice can be heard. Similarly, Paramatma's voice, if you have to hear, brain lo na gandragolam has to come down. When so much of anxieties, all these things start coming down, when you start developing that connect, no? So in the car, we put different FM channels, we tune, 102.8, 107.9, Radio Mirchi, we try to tune that one. If we go to each tune, we get to that channel, right? TV also, we change the channel, we get to this one. Similarly, if you start tuning to the God's frequency, we can understand what is he telling. God is impartial, he tells everybody what is right, what is wrong. But today we are not in a position to understand, but slowly by doing the Maha Mantra chanting, by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, by hearing Bhagavad Gita, by reading, slowly we develop that kind of this one to be able to listen to what Krishna is telling. And we also discussed about the fourth mode, which is mode of goodness, mode of purified goodness, which is Suddha Sattva Guna. Vedas talk about only Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Gunas. They are only talking about three things. Whereas Srimad Bhagavatam is talking about the higher one, which is purified goodness. In this one, a person is unmotivated, unfailing devotion for Krishna, pure. He does not do any negative activities. He does everything for Krishna. He does everything for God. Let's say Krishna or God. He does everything. So this is the nature of this one. And God is telling that we have to cross these three. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. We have to go into the fourth one, which is Shuddha Sattva guna. If we are able to go and wait there and stabilize our nature in the Shuddha Sattva guna, then we are able to make rapid spiritual progress. Goodness also, after some time, it is like punya only, going to the Swargaloka. After Swargaloka, after some time, Kshine Punya Martyaloke. After some time, again, we have to fall down, take birth and continue. So we discussed a couple of times, Swargaloka is like a credit card balance. No? You have 1 lakh balance in this one. Until that 1 lakh balance is there, you enjoy. But once that 1 lakh balance is over, you have to come down and again recharge. You cannot even make a single phone call. You have to recharge again. Swargaloka is also like that one. That's why we discussed also some religions stop at Swargaloka. They say that achieving Swarga is the highest. They don't know that beyond Swarga is the place which is Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavana. Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means a place where there is no kuntha, there is no problems. There is no birth, death, old age, disease. There is no thirst and hunger. There is no old age. There is no disease. And that is a place where you are always happy. There is no problems. No adhyatmika, adidaivika, adibhautika. No problems created by you, no problems created by others, no disasters, no earthquakes, nothing. That is like wonderful shielded place. We don't even know about it. Shastras are telling that there is a place where all these problems are not there, and they are telling you have to go to that place. And to go to that place, this is human body is like boarding station, right? To take a flight and go to New York, first we have to go to airport, right? To go to New York, to take a flight, first we have to go to the airport. From our home, if I sit, I want to go to New York, I cannot go, right? So I am in tamo guna right now. First of all, I have to take a taxi and go to the airport and wait take my boarding pass and wait. That is like coming into the sattva guna. Then I get into the flight, Harinama Sankirtana flight. Then I can go to New York. That's how you move from tamo guna to sattva guna and finally to the Shuddha Sattva guna. Only in the Shuddha Sattva guna, we are allowed to sit in the flight and go towards the Vaikuntha. Right, this is what in 1420 Krishna is telling. Gunan etan atityatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkair vimuktomrutam ashnute. Janma mrityu jara dukkair vimuktomrutam ashnute. Basically, he's telling that when the embodied being, which means soul, is able to transcend these three modes, he can become free from birth, death, old age and their distresses and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Only by coming to the Shuddha Sattva guna, we are in a position to get the international ticket. We also discussed this sloka last time. Basically, whenever we were discussing about people in the mode of ignorance try to worship tamasic way of worship, like Devi they worship, they cut animals and all kinds of tamasic way worship. Similarly, in Sattva guna, do you go to Venkateshwara Swami puja and cut animals and all? No. You try to worship. Of course, there are some people like in Ahobilam also, some people follow like old style because of the villagers and all. They don't understand. There's nobody to tell them. They're still trying to follow. They cut chickens, they cut goats and offer it to Narsingadeva because they don't know. But you see most of the Vishnu alayas, there is never a worship of tamasic way of bhakti. Everything is sattvic way of bhakti. You take a coconut, you take a tulasi mala, you offer abhishekam, milk or something like that. You see Shiva temples. Most of the Shiva temples we see here are also worshipped in a sattvic way. But there are many Shiva temples worshipped in a very tamasic way. Some people occur. Recently we went to Ujjain. In Ujjain there is Kalabhairava temple. You know what was the prasadam there? Liquor. There are big liquor shops. The name of the shop is Prasadam. Prasadam shop. Everybody is buying a liquor bottle and going or offering to Kalabhairava temple. Come out, take it as a prasad. There only they are drinking. Which Shastra has told to offer liquor to Kalabhairava? No Shastra has said that one. Because we like liquor, we want to offer to God and we want to eat. No Shastra Ask that person to show me any Shastra which says offer liquor. No. So people are just trying to follow. I saw one temple, instead of agarbatti, they put cigarettes. Crazy. Instead of agarbatti, they are putting cigarette in the hand. Continuously, one after the other cigarette they burn. People offer cigarette packets as this one. Which Shastra said that one you can offer cigarette packet to the god? Somebody started, somebody said it is okay, they are following. So people are trying to follow God also in a tamasic way. God is not tamasic. God is not rajasic. Our bhakti is in that mode. Sometimes we are worshipping in the mode in the tamasic way or in the rajasic way. But Krishna is telling, worship me in the sattvic way. Worship me in the Suddha Sattvic way. So, yes. Yeah. So basically the question is, all those kind of temples are all only tamasic. See, what's happening is those temples, the practices are tamasic way. And sattvic people who go, for example, there is some, that Ujjain Kalabhairava temple I'm telling. Some sattvic person want to take Kalabhairava temple. They think that one, I also need to offer the liquor, otherwise Kalabhairava will be unhappy. Because everybody is doing that one. Manaki ela untadante, if I go to temple and if I do any mistake, in our mind, God is a sadist. Most of us think God is a sadist. If I don't sit for 1 minute, he will trouble me. If I don't take prasadam, he will trouble me. Our mind, some people made our mind like that one. He is going to take revenge on us. Satyanarayana Swami Vratam we discussed last time. You see the Satyanarayana Vratam stories? All the stories are like as if God is a sadist. You did not take prasad, your ship has sunk. You did not take prasad, you lost all your properties. That is not correct. All the stories are modified over a period of time. So God is never a revenge personality. God is a kind sattvic man. He wants us to come closer and closer to us. So we should ideally read stories which will increase devotion, not fear. God is telling me, love me. He is not asking us to be scared of him. We don't need to be afraid of God. Now coming back to this, your question, Srinivas Garu, it is basically, we are trying to worship God in the tamasic way. God never said that one. So some people are just following like that one from hundreds of years, the tradition is going. Ideally, we also went to the temple, but we just worshipped like this. Please give me sadbhakti. Please put me in a right path. We worshipped and came out. They were offering liquor as a tirtham. I did not take it. I don't need it. I did not take that one. I said namaskaram and we all came out. Some 30, 40 of us, we went inside that temple. So even though sometimes because maybe it might be our Kula Devata, or because they say that you need to also worship your Kula Devata, Grama Devata and Ishta Devata. So if you are worshipping, there's nothing wrong. But what should be your mood of your worship? We should not go there and go with a checklist. I want this, I want that one. Any temple I go, I only ask, please give me, please help me to develop the name for Hare Krishna Mahamantra so that I have taste for that one. Right now I'm chanting, but I don't have so much love. But if we do the same mantra with love, the benefits is many times. So our prayers are like, no, please allow us to get the taste for Mahamantra. Please allow us to become a good devotee of Krishna. I go to Shiva temple, I'll say, Vaishnavanam Yada Shambho. Please allow me to get taste for bhakti for Krishna. Allow me to get sadhu sangha. Allow me to get Bhagavata Seva. This is our prayers. Of course, there might be sometimes we might ask something, my daughter is unwell, please save, or I have a big problem, please allow me to come out of that problem. But those are all the things we ask them mostly so that again, they all again are conducive for bhakti, not for increasing our material happinesses. We don't need to go and say, please make sure that my shares go up 10 times. Make sure that my plot in that area become 50 times. That is not the prayer God likes, but we do it, what to do. So similarly, we discussed this also last week, and after this, I think we stopped. Similarly, sacrifices also, we discussed like tamasic people sacrifices, they cut animals and give it, they do whatever they want. They don't follow what is the prescribed naivedya. Whatever they think is the naivedyam, they follow. So, but the people in the mode of goodness, they do this as a duty. Any sacrifice they do, I'm supposed to do this because scripture said that one, I need to do Satyanarayana Vratam, I need to do Kedareswara Vratam, so I'm going to do them. But I'm not expecting anything in return. I'm doing it out of just thank you to the God. The next level is, I'm doing everything only for happiness of God, Shuddha Sattva Guna, which is called in Sanskrit, there is a word called Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. That means doing everything for the satisfaction of Hari. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Anything you do, like you, I don't know, you like some of the pujas, they say Dharmartha Kama Moksha Phala Chaturvida Phala Purushardham, like that they keep saying. So, but there are some pujas which say Etat Phalam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Right? Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. So, Sarvadeva Namaskaram Kesavam Prachigachati. So, some pujas you are saying at the end, everything I am doing this for God. Some pujas you are saying, I am doing this for my happiness, for my health, for my wealth, for my mukti, for my bhukti, for me, for my benefit, for my benefit. Some another pujas for you. So, if today we are doing pujas for us, slowly we have to change it to, we are doing it for you, Krishna. I am doing this nama because you told me to do the nama. I am doing this Sankirtana so that you are happy. Krishna will be pleased with the Sankirtana. I am reading Srimad Bhagavatam because you said that by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, I can clean my heart. You said if I take association of great devotees every day, I'll be able to make rapid spiritual progress. Because you said, I'm following. This is all for your benefit. I know it's very difficult because each one of us are in a different stage of evolution. Each one of us are in a different stage of life. So, but Shastras are showing like a direction. Like, for example, you see the ship, there is a direction, right? In the lighthouse will be there in every beachside kind of thing. Ships are going in different direction, but they all know that that is a lighthouse, means that is a shore. So Shastras are showing direction for all of us. It is up to us to interpret where we are, which standard we are in. Are we in LKG of Bhakti? Are we in 4th class of Bhakti, 5th class of Bhakti? And which way to go is Shastras are showing. And slowly we have to try. It is not going to happen overnight. Sometimes it might happen overnight. That is, if you are able to take association of pure Vaishnavas, it might even happen overnight. Overnight, things might change suddenly. But in a normal course, it will take step by step, step by step, step by step. But we have to make a conscious action. Any questions until now? We also discussed about food. Yeah. Yes. Correct, correct, correct. So, Rakshasas and the people, ghosts and spirits. Ghosts and spirits. Devatas only. Yeah. Yes, yes. No, it's basically what happens is that sloka. I mean, actually, in fact, we discussed last week. That's where we discussed this Sanskrit sloka of the Urdu, or the Moolam, which is related to feeding the water with the root is enough. We discussed that sloka. Basically, Shastras are talking about that typically mode of ignorant people are mostly worshipping ghosts and spirits. Even now, there are some people who are worshipping ghosts and spirits. There are some places where they do tantric worships. They try to please all these Ugra Rupas, all these kinds of Bhutapaita Prichasas. They try to take control of them. They try to do black magic. They try to do all that one. And they are going so much of austerity they do. They don't get it also easily. They might be like doing meditation whole night without eating food, midnight prayers. They do all kinds of things. Now, if anybody sees them, they catch them and put in jail. It is not allowed in today's world. But there are still tamasic people who do that kind of things. And then, but mostly what you said is also right. But typically, Krishna is giving that constitutional nature of the tamasic people are ghosts and spirits, and the rajasic people are like different people they create as gods. We discussed about some of the names. I don't want to take names to offend anybody. That There are so many people who are Hare Krishna Jyotigar, please come. So there are so many people who are self-proclaimed gods today, right? We all know. If you open our YouTube channel, we see there is Mahavishnus in every gully. Everybody says, one person says, I am Paramashiva. So one person says, I am Vishnu. One person says, I am Kalki Bhagavan. Please come and touch my feet. Like that, there are so many people who are proclaiming themselves as God. So the people in the mode of passion generally try to fall for their words because they give some wishes. You come and follow me, your desires will be fulfilled. That's why they go to them. Sattva guna people have less desires. If Krishna says, come and follow my route, but I will not immediately give you what you are asking, they will still try to follow. You understand? You try to follow Krishna, but Krishna will say, you wanted your financial help, right? You are coming to me, but I will not solve your problem in the next 1 year. Still come to my temple every day. Example, Krishna says that one. Sattva people still try to wait patiently. They will still go every day to the temple and ask, please Krishna, please solve my financial problem. But the people in the mode of passion, they'll immediately change the political party. Krishna, you are not fulfilling my wish. From tomorrow onwards, Band. I will open some other devata, whichever devata or whichever that roadside person who says that I will clear your financial problem, their picture 6x6 photo will be in the altar. They will change the party. Your understanding, Srinivaskar, that's what is going to change. But in the Sattva Guna, people are more patient. They don't ask for a lot of material benefits. They also ask, but when there is a need, let's say one of our family member is not well, there's no point in there is no harm in asking Krishna, my son is not well, please, he is in hospital, please help him come out of this problem. Krishna, I am having this deep financial problem. Because of this financial problem, I am not able to focus. I am not able to do my work properly. I am not able to chant properly. I am not able to read Gita properly because it's bothering. Because after all, we are living in the normal world. If these problems are there, we cannot be normal. So we ask this that is nothing wrong like that one. So that is what is basically. But in the people in the Shuddha Sattva Guna, they don't change party, even Krishna punishes. We spoke some examples, like last week, I was telling about that the football player. And there are many great souls, even like Kunti Maharani from the Srimad Bhagavatam, I said once. Did Pandavas go through so many happiness or troubles throughout the Bharatam? Huh? So many troubles. Duryodhana died at the end, but his life was relatively better. Right? You see that way Duryodhana was like a king. He enjoyed, he has palaces, he has money, woman, name, fame, he enjoyed. He is not a pious person, but he enjoyed. Pandavas are such a nice people. But what happened? 14 years Aranyavasam. Their wife has been ill-treated in the Kurusabha. They all lost their properties. They lost their name and fame. Finally, in the Ajnatavasam, they have to become like a cook. They have to become like a normal people, have to live their Ajnatavasam, all kinds of things. But they never got angry with Krishna. Not even once they never got angry with Krishna. In WhatsApp, we get so many forwards that Arjuna asked Krishna, even though we are following you, why are you giving all this kind? No, they never asked. They said, Krishna, you know what is good for us. We are okay. It's very difficult. You give me trouble, but still I won't change political party. I'm still your devotee only. It's very difficult. But Shastras are telling that we need to develop our faith in such a way that even though when we are firmly fixed with the God, even though the God sometimes punishes us, even though we get our karmic reactions, we should not get distracted. There are so many great people, who are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Suddenly something happened. One of their family members died in an accident. From next day morning, they stopped. నిన్ను 10 ఏళ్ల పాటు నిన్ను నమ్ముకుంటే నువ్వు నాకు ఇదా చేసేది, నా ఇంట్లో పర్సన్ యాక్సిడెంట్లో చంపేస్తావా నువ్వు, నా ప్రాపర్టీ లాస్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోద్దా, ఇంకా నీకు ఎందుకు దండం పెట్టాలి, who are you? That is one stage of bhakti. Second stage of bhakti is, fine, I understand. Maybe I'm going through my karmic reaction. ఇంకా పెద్ద సమస్య రావాల్సింది నువ్వు నన్ను చిన్న సమస్యతో పోర్చేసావు, మొత్తం చేయిపోవాల్సింది చిన్న కట్ అయింది. That's how people start seeing this one. There is one beautiful sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam called Tattenu Kampam. In that sloka, the prayer says that one, actually, I deserve more punishment, but because of your mercy, I am getting small punishments in life. Very difficult, but we should try to go to that stage of bhakti. For example, మన ఎవరో బాధ పెడతారు, నానా మాటలను బాధ పెడతారు మనని, రైట్? అండ్ as per that sloka, they say that one, you're not supposed to get angry with the person who is giving you so many bad words. You need to understand that Krishna is clearing your karmic reactions through that person, and don't get angry with that person. But it's tough for people like us. But matured devotees do not get angry with people. Do not get angry with circumstances. They can understand, they can see the hand of God in everything what's happening. ఇవాళ వీడు నన్ను ఇంత, నా తప్పు లేకపోయినా వీళ్ళు ఇన్ని మాటలు నన్ను అన్నారంటే ఏదో నాకు మాట పడాల్సింది ఉంది కాబట్టి పడ్డాను. உங்களுக்கு తెలుగు పురించుదా? పురియాదు. ఓకే. సో గాడ్, టుడే I deserve such bad words from that person. That's why I am supposed to get the bad words anyway. Instead of X person, it has come through Y person. For example, a postman brings a letter. In that one letter, it says you are promoted, congratulations, your salary increased by 100%. Another letter comes, you are fired from your job because of the recent war crisis. There is no new business, so you are fired from your job. Is there any problem with the postman who is bringing that letter? Whether he is bringing the letter saying that you got 100% promotion, congratulations, from tomorrow you come and collect your new car. That is one letter. Another letter another person got, you are immediately fired, come and Monday morning come and do your final settlement. We are sorry for the inconvenience. The courier boy, he got these two letters. One letter he put it in my house, one letter he has put it in friend's house, next house or the other house. Is there any problem with the courier guy? Who is sending the message? The company is sending the message. Either a promotion or a firing, the message is coming from the company. The courier guy has nothing to do. So that's why Krishna is also telling that one, if you are going through so many problems and if somebody is giving you so many troubles, that doesn't mean that you have to suffer and keep quiet. You have to stop. But at some point in time, when you have a maturity, you need to understand that he is a courier agent. The person who is giving you so much bad words is a courier agent. He is not the person who wanted it to deliver. Next time, if we are going through any difficulty, if we can remember this courier boy example, it will calm us down at least by 10%. It will calm us down at least by 10%. But after we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for some years, we will truly understand. See, right now what I am talking is theory. But if you chant the mantra for many years, when that circumstance happens, you will understand yourselves, you will not get angry, and you will understand that he is a courier agent. The person who is giving me that bad words is a courier agent. You understand what I am telling? Yeah. Hare Krishna. So let's move on. So we discussed about the food as well last time, that people in the mode of ignorance eats all kinds of food. They eat meat, they eat unclean food, decomposed food, any kind of food they eat. Whereas the people in the mode of passion eat so much of too much bitter, too much spicy, too much that kind of a foods they eat. Whereas the people in the mode of goodness try to eat sattvic food. And the people in the mode of pure goodness eat only prasadam. That means what is offered to God only they eat. Without offering to Krishna, they won't eat any prasadam. I mean, they won't eat any food. You put tulsi, you offer it to the God, then you eat. Then that food becomes prasadam. Anything you offer it to God, it becomes prasadam. So Shuddha Sattva Guna try to eat prasadam. So you know what works? Chanting works, prasadam works. Believe me, prasadam will work, chanting will work. You offer Naivedya every day to God and eat, you will see after 6 months the change in our consciousness. You chant for 6 months Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day, 4 rounds, 8 rounds like that, you'll start seeing the change of the consciousness happening. Right now what we are talking is about some kind of a theory. Knowledge from Gita also helps, but along with this, some practices we follow, that will also, we discussed some examples in the last time, that you go and eat in a restaurant, you suddenly feel like your mind is agitated because the cook who has prepared that food is not in a good state of mind. Whereas your wife or mother is cooking, she's cooking with a lot of love. So that food is giving us nourishment. We don't feel agitated with such kind of a food. And we also learned that never fight with the wife when she's cooking, right? So we are moving to the next topic, from today. I think we tried to spend some time to catch up last week because that was a big topic and we also had 2 weeks gap. And our human mind is known for forgetting, right? How many, today is Saturday, right? How many of us know last Saturday morning what breakfast we had? Forget about last Saturday. What breakfast we had the day before yesterday morning. Until unless one person eats idli every day, it's very difficult to tell. So our human mind is like that one. We don't even know what breakfast we had last week. How will we remember last week? What did we discuss in the Bhagavad Gita class? Until we recollect again, and again. So my sincere advice is whoever has collected the Bhagavad Gita book, so please go and read whatever slokas today we are referring. Sirish. For example, all these descriptions are based on 17:7, 17:18. All these are from chapter 17. Everything what we are discussing, nothing is my own creation. Everything is backed by a Bhagavad Gita sloka. So if you want to understand a little more of what we discussed, go home, open your Bhagavad Gita, open that respective sloka, try to read the sloka, try to read the meaning. There is something called purport. Telugulo emantaro, I don't know how any of it. Bhashyam. In Telugu, it's called Bhashyam, means additional explanation. So please read that one. If you feel that sloka is tongue twisting, it's okay. At least read the translation and Bhashyam. Some people think that Bhagavad Gita means only slokas. That is a common, it is good because Bhagavad Gita slokas are the words coming for Krishna. From Krishna's mouth, they are coming. So those slokas also will have piety. So by saying the slokas also, it's good. But some people throughout the life, they're only reciting sloka without even understanding one line of the meaning also. That doesn't help. So we have to go to one step further and read the meanings. Then we have to read the Bhashyam explanation. Then we have to think, how do we apply in life? Otherwise, theory. A tons of theory is less than an ounce of practice. So first step is to read. Second step is to understand. Third step is to see how do I apply in my day-to-day life. And fourth step is that becoming our nature. When we start applying what we have learned every day, that becomes a nature. For example, today we discussed that importance of offering every day to Krishna and eat that as a food. Maybe some days we'll do it strict. We'll do it with external force. Petal, Satya Prabhu Chapmanar, Petamanar, Petam. After 3 months, it will become natural. If I say, can we eat food? No, 1 minute, give me 2 minutes, let me offer it to Krishna and I'll eat. After 3 months or after 6 months, it will become natural. So our whole endeavor in this process is to make sure that everything becomes natural. Initially, strictly. For example, how many of you feel like doing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is giving, wow, sweet happiness? It takes some time, but after some time, you'll feel that one. Right now, because Shastra said you need to do that Hare Krishna Maha. But for us, if you ask me to put some nice YouTube music, I'll enjoy. But Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, probably there is no love for that mantra now. But after some time, we'll get there. But just because we are not liking it, doctor's medicine, you're a doctor, your son-in-law is a doctor. Is doctor's medicine very sweet and nice and tasty? Only homeopathy is sweet. Homeopathy medicines are sweet, everything is sugar-based. But you see all allopathic, Ayurvedic is like Hare Krishna, bitterest, like that. But the solution is we have to drink them. Then only the rogam will come down. Right? So these all good habits are like poison in the start, nectar at the end. All bad habits are nectar in the start, poison at the end. You understand? That's what is the life. Yeah. Srinivas Garu, you have a question? No? Okay. So now, any questions on the online? Anybody has any questions so far what we discussed? Yeah. 1 second. Any questions online from the point what we discussed until now? Then we, if not, we'll move to the next topic. Yeah, Vikram Garu. No, it influences him. It only influences him. See, nobody is 100% sattva guna, nobody is 100% rajo guna, nobody is 100% tamo guna. It is the percentage how it varies. There is one sloka we are going to touch again now. So, are we 80% sattva guna, 10% rajo guna, 10% tamo guna, or Are we 40 tamoguna, 40 rajoguna, and 20% sattva-guna? Is that what matters? So why they say is, if you want to, let's say you are in tamoguna, primarily dominated by tamoguna. If we want to move into sattva-guna, like we are discussing about, like chanting, reading books, following all these good practices and all, is a practice you're trying to go there. So suddenly, few days you go and eat all kinds of nonsense outside. That will disturb the mood for a few days, but it's not going to change your nature completely. Just for some time, it is going to disturb the mood. The idea is, majority, there will be deviations always. For example, you're trying to be a sattva-guna person, always offering Krishna Prasadam eating, but some days you're traveling, you don't have an opportunity, right? You're eating some roadside food, you're eating all kinds of food. That's fine. That is an exception we take and we kind of move on and all. That has an influence. Now question comes about charity. The moment comes in, charity means good, right? Why is it bad about charity? So charity also, we are discussing this, but from everything from this 4 gunas point of view. Our actions, our reactions, our work, our food habits, everything from these 4 gunas, so that holistically we understand this chapter. Charity. You can go, no problem. Charity. So the people who are in mode of ignorance, how do they do charity? They give charity at any point of time to any person. They will not even realize whether the other person is worthy or not, kind of thing, right? They give to any person. Hare Krishna, thank you for coming. And they give it to any person, anytime. They won't even think whether it is right or wrong, kind of things. That is people in the mode of ignorance. Naku ivvali ivadalchukunnanu, I am giving it. Whereas the people who are in mode of passion, they give charity so that they get something in return. If I give this charity, I'm going to get a better property, I'm going to get better money, I'm going to get better results. That's why I give charity. Sattva-guna people try to give charity to a proper person and a proper time and place. Let's say they look at today's Ekadashi, today is a good day, so let me give this charity to the Brahmana today. Like that, they try to look at all these things and they don't expect anything in return. So I need to do something. Shastra say, in Kartika Masam, I offer this dana, it is good. Or in this Ekadashi day, I give to a Brahmana some bhojanam, it is good. So they try to follow like that one. The people in Shuddha Sattva Guna, they do it only to please the God. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. I am doing anything to please the God. That is the mood in which they are always there. So for example, you might ask this question, is giving money to beggars right or wrong? Did you ever get that question? Huh? So what is your opinion?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Cheppandi.
యా ప్రభుజీ అంటే ఒక టైము ముహూర్తం చూసి చారిటీ చేస్తే ఇప్పుడు ఎవరైనా సడన్ గా ఆపదలో ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళకి మనం హెల్ప్ చేయాలి కదా, మనీ డొనేట్ చేయాలి, అది టైం ని చూసుకొని చేయలేం కదా.
Correct. Those are some exceptions, I understand, but generally,
Okay.
for example, you are trying to give some money to a beggar. If the beggar buys a packet of idli and eats, your money is saved. But if the beggar is using that money to buy one 200 ml some special liquid, your money is wasted. Your money is going for his needs, or he is buying some cigarettes with that money. So we don't know. So actually, you heard this Sanskrit statement called apatra dhanam. You might have heard this statement called apatra dhanam. That means, that's why Shastra say that one, you need to give money to people who deserve it. You need to check, you need to do reasonable care. Do they really need that money? If I give that charity, will they use it properly? We have to do some basic checks and balances and then give charity. Blindly giving charity to something also, just because I'm in a mood of giving money, I find somebody and say, throw the money there. That is not kind of charity. If they misuse the money, that result also comes to us. But sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we trust people and give some money, but we can't help it. But to the extent possible, charity need to be also. So people do charity. Everybody does charity today. Whether they give you 10 rupees or million rupees, everybody is trying to do charity. So you can see ourselves, are we in tamoguna to give? Are we in tamoguna type charity? Or is it rajoguna type charity, sattvaguna type charity, or Shuddha Sattva Guna type charity? Are you able to see the difference? Even charity also, how it varies based on time, place, circumstances. A deserving person you are giving, good time you are giving, carefully you are giving, and you are giving without any expectations in return, then that means you are moving into the sattva guna type of this one. And if you're doing that only to please Krishna, I am giving this money to give Vaishnava, this is to please Krishna, then you are moving into the Sutta Sattva Guna. Slowly Shastra is showing as a path that we can go there to the fourth level kind of thing.
ప్రభుజీ చారిటీ అంటే ఓన్లీ మానిటరీ ఏనా లేకపోతే
ఏదన్నమా
బట్ మానవ సేవ ఇస్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ మాధవ్ సేవ అంటాం కదా, సో లైక్
అంటే యాక్చువల్ గా ఏంటంటే దట్ ఇస్ అ బిగ్ టాపిక్, బట్ టు బి ఆనెస్ట్ విత్ యూ టుడే దెర్ ఇస్ అ లిటిల్ మిస్కన్సెప్షన్. మానవ సేవే మాధవ సేవ కాదు. అంటే మాధవ సేవ ఈజ్ మానవ సేవ. నేను రివర్స్ చేసి చెప్తాను. మాధవ సేవ
సో దోస్ హూ కెనాట్ డూ మానిటరీ చారిటీ వాళ్ళు వేరే విధంగా సేవ చేస్తారు.
అదేనమ్మా, ఆ సేవ ఎందుకోసం చేస్తున్నారు అన్నది ఆ మూడు బట్టి ఉంటుంది. ఆ సేవ అన్నది మనం రికగ్నిషన్ కోసం చేస్తున్నామా, లేదా ఆ సేవ చేసి తిరిగి రిజల్ట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసి చేస్తున్నామా, ప్యూర్ గా సేవ చేయాలి భగవంతుడు చెప్పాడు అందరికీ సేవ చేయమన్నామని చేస్తున్నామా, ఆ మూడు బట్టి మనం సత్వగుణంలో ఉన్నావా, రజోగుణంలో ఉన్నావా, తమో గుణంలో ఉన్నావా అన్నది తెలుస్తుంది. సేవే. వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ కాన్షియస్నెస్, ఏ కాన్షియస్నెస్ తో మనం సేవ చేస్తున్నాం అన్న దాన్ని బట్టి ఉంటుంది. బట్ ఇవాళ మానవ సేవే మాధవ సేవ అన్నది ఇట్ హెస్ బికమ్ వెరీ ప్రామినెంట్ టుడే. వన్ ఆఫ్ ద బిగ్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఇన్ ద మానవ సేవ ఇస్ భగవంతుడి నుంచి మర్చిపోయి చేసే మానవ సేవ కెనాట్ బి ద హయ్యర్ సేవ. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ టెల్ యూ, ఇట్స్ లిటిల్ డీపర్, లెట్స్ ట్రై టు అనలైజ్ అండ్ డిస్కస్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, feeding poor people with food. How many days you can feed? You feed today morning, today afternoon. Every day that person will feel hungry. 365 days you feed a person. The next day also he is going to feel hungry. How long you can keep feeding that person? But that sevas are giving that food or money and all, they are still at a bodily level. For example, you are giving Shastra Dhan. Let's say you are giving Bhagavad Gita to a person. Shastra Dhan. That's also charity. By reading that book, Bhagavad Gita, that person's life changed. Until now, for example, that person was never thinking about what is the higher purpose of life. Why is God there? That life, what is the purpose? He never know. Let's say you have given him Bhagavad Gita. He read the book sincerely. He understood that this human life is not to be wasted. And he started becoming a devotee of Krishna. He started doing all the right things to do. Is that not the highest dhanam than giving food? I'm not saying that if somebody is hungry, put Bhagavad Gita in his hand. I'm not saying that one. But please start understanding that Shastra Dhan, this knowledge, is sometimes higher than giving food, giving roti, kapada, makan kind of thing, shelter. So based on circumstances, sometimes, because food means every day you feel hungry. How much ever I feed you, you feel hungry again. For example, money dhanam, how much ever I give you, will anybody say enough? Is there any person in this world when you are giving money, you will say, enough sir, నాకు చాలు సార్ అన్న వ్యక్తి ఎవరన్నా మీరు చూసారా? నేనైతే చూడలేదు. వాళ్ళతో అర్థమైందమ్మా? అర్థమైందండి నా పర్స్పెక్టివ్?
అర్థమైంది. అదే నేను అనేది, అదే అంటే మనం మానిటరీగా చేసిదే కాకుండా మనం వేరే విధంగా దానం చేస్తే కూడా అది కూడా it is considered to be a
for example, if you are making somebody a Krishna devotee, you tell them the purpose of life. You tell them, please do Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It will help you in a big way. And that person sincerely takes it and starts. That is much better than giving him food. That is much better than giving him money or giving him a house and kind of things. So that's why charity also need to be given from a higher perspective. Then that charity, it pleases Krishna, which will please Krishna more. I'm not saying that by feeding rice, Krishna has never said, no, don't feed any poor people. And that's why annadanas happen. You see all satras in every town. I mean, in our ancient system, there is no hotel concept. 500 years back, there is no concept of hotel. The concept of hotel and buying food, there was no concept of paid education. Hundreds of years back, education is free. And food is free. Basically, like anybody, yatrikas are passing the road, people used to cook food and give it to them. Or there used to be some satram where they go to eat and kind of things. There is never a concept of restaurant. Only in the last few hundred years, the concept of restaurant has come up. Otherwise, Sanatana Dharma, there is no concept of restaurant. And our education system, also Gurukul system, there was no concept of paying 5 lakh rupees for LKG. Right? You go to the Gurukul, you go to the school, you do some seva to your Guru, and you learn the Shastras from the Guru. You might offer him some rice, you might offer him some vegetables, you might express some gratitude, thank you. But there's nothing like giving so much money to get one LKG qualification. But now it is completely changed. Yes, sir, please, Vikram. Hmm. Yes.
This situation between two minds is really like probably will not be placed properly and not to any charity. Other thought processes like we leave it to the God and then hopefully to keep our perspective.
No,
So we are in two minds on
correct.
this.
You're right. Actually, see, step one is please analyze. If you are able to analyze and see whether the charity will be utilized properly or not, and give any amount of charity, money or food or whatever it may be. But if you are in a situation where you cannot judge, very difficult to judge, but you feel like I need to give because other person needs it based on the time, place, circumstances, then Krishnarpanamastu and please offer. We can't do anything beyond that one. It's very difficult to judge what is he going to do. Yeah. So like some years ago, one of my classmate, my schoolmate, after 25 years, he came running. He was crying. My family is in deep trouble. My son is in hospital. I need money. He was literally cried. He made my whole shirt wet. And he took money away from me. He misused that money. He lied absolutely. He cried so much and said, my son is in hospital. I need that money and all. And I was feeling bad. He was my child. He is not very close to me, but my childhood friend. We studied together. I thought he has come after so many years. He was in a bad need of help. Luckily, by Krishna's mercy, I have some money in my hand. Why don't I help him? Bolke, I helped him. Then within 3 months, I realized that he met another 15-20 friends like that one, and he has collected all the money. And he is using that money for his bad habits, drinking and all kinds of things. I trusted him. But at the end of the day, that money is apatra dhanam only. Because I have given him for his liquor bills. I paid his liquor bills. He lied that it is for his son's hospital. But I can't help it. So everything is not black and white in today's world. To some extent, with our conviction, Krishnarpanamastu, and we can offer. That's why some people, acharyas, some people say that one. Instead of giving money to beggars, you know what they say? Take some food packet in your car and keep it. If you suddenly see a beggar, give the food packet. And you know what is better than that? Offer that prashadam to Krishna. I mean, offer that food to Krishna and make that prashadam in a packet and carry with you, not just normal rice. It's the same rice and dal, but after offering to God, it has become prashadam. You offer it to that beggar. So his plate is also full and prashadam will be working on his heart. That is the next level. These are all some practicals. Godana. Godanam is again based on, see, Godanam, Shastra say you should give Godanam. But the problem is how many Purohits today properly make use of the Godanam. Means ideally you are supposed to give the Godanam to the Purohit, and that Purohit need to take care of that cow and the calf at his home. He need to feed and all kinds of things. But today's Godanam is take 50,000 rupees and bring some cow for on rent and finish off the Godanam. That is what is happening, which is not a true Godanam. But our satisfaction, we are doing it. That's what I'm telling you. In today's situation, actually in 100 years back, few 100 years back, everything is very pure. If you're doing Godanam, it was pure. If you're giving food Danam, it was pure. In today's situation, it has got changed so much that it's getting difficult. So like when my mother passed away, we wanted to give a Godanam. So after having this understanding of the Shastra, we felt that I don't want to give to any person. So we searched for a person who is running a Goshala and he's taking care of the cow carefully. We went to the Goshala, we saw that cow, we saw the person who is taking care of the cows. Dharmically, they are doing it. So we gave Godanam in that Goshala. Then I have a sense of satisfaction that it is helping my mother to go to the Uttama Lokas. So I think in today's world, the problem is we don't have time. But at least for important things, we should take time. We should take time, analyze and see carefully, and then do that kind of a dhanam. Then our dhanam gets the result what we wanted. Otherwise, it becomes a tick in the box. Godanam ho gaya, ho gaya, ho gaya. Pujari got 50,000 in his pocket. He brings some 500 rupees, a silver cow emblem in the hand, and he does it and takes that 50,000 rupees. So that is what is the issue. So the whole thing is, let us be cautious and don't do it for our satisfaction. Slowly start doing it to please the God. You are doing everything to please the God. You are offering food also. You are trying to please the God. That is slowly work towards a consciousness, changing the consciousness step by step. So again, these are all referring to chapter 17. Nothing on my own, nothing created from my brain. Now, understanding. I think let's move on this one. Now, next, go to the next one. Is renunciation bad? Renunciation means tyagasilata or austerity. We think renunciation is also good. But again, renunciation can be in different ways, in different modes. Renunciation means, for example, people in the mode of ignorance, they start giving up the duties just because of some misunderstanding. Krishna never said that one, leave your family, leave your job, leave everything on the road and do whatever you want. He never said that one. All right. So people in the mode of ignorance, suddenly they think that they will give up everything and then they can go to. So people in the mode of passion, they try to give up some duties because either they are feared or troublesome. So let me not do this duty, kind of a thing. People in the mode of goodness, they try to say that one, they will not abandon the work. They will try to abandon the results. Krishna is saying, never abandon the work. Pani vadaleddu annadu Krishnudu. Results vadalemannadu. Krishna said, leave the results to me. But out of ignorance, people will say, a lot of people don't come to spiritual classes. You know why? They will think that the moment you attend Bhagavad Gita classes, Satya will tell me, leave your job, leave this one, leave that one, don't do this one, don't do this one, sit at home, chant, stop your work. People will have these misconceptions about spirituality. But the real spirituality is, you can be in the three-piece suit. You can be in anywhere, but in your heart, you know that you are a devotee, right? You can be very rich. For example, the Ford, the big man Ford company owner, he's a Krishna devotee. Every day he gets up in the morning at 4 o'clock, Brahma Muhurta, and does 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra chanting. He's having millions and millions and millions of dollars of money, right? For example, Mafatlal Industries, anybody know? Mafatlal Industries. The CEO of Mafatlal Industries is a Krishna devotee. His name is Krishna Chandra Prabhu. So in ISKCON temple, in ISKCON Chaupati temple, sometimes you see him in the chappal stand. Can you imagine a Mafatlal company CEO standing near the chappal stand and keeping all the chappals of all the devotees who are coming to the temple in a proper order? Or sometimes you will see him in the prasadam counter serving. So once I went to the yatra, and then after the kirtan, we were all like talking and dancing and kind of thing. And then there was this gentleman next to me. Then one person told me, do you know who was the person who was next to you or talking? He is Krishna Chandra Prabhu, who is the Mafatlal Industries chairman. He's such a rich man. Richness has nothing to do with your devotion. It's all about consciousness and the heart. So you don't need to give up anything. So there are some sannyasis. Again, some sannyasis in India, they will say, will not touch the money. Money is like, will not touch the money. The moment I touch money, something is going to happen to me. But the right way of understanding is, use the money for God. One person, Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya, one person asked, I will give you millions of dollars. Can I give you $1 million? Will you take it? I understood sannyasis will not touch the money. He said, no, please give me $2 million. I will construct another 5 temples, he said. You understand? So there is a what is the exact word for renunciation is like giving up. So there is a kind of false vairagyam. There is a false vairagyam. You have to give up family. You have to give up wife. You have to give up your job. That is a false vairagya. Shastra talks about something called yukta vairagyam, not the falgu vairagyam or the general vairagyam. Hare Krishna, please come. So Shastra is talking about yukta vairagya. Yukta vairagya means be detached. Be detached to the results, but do your duty. And use everything for Krishna. I am a sannyasi. For example, the Srila Prabhupada's case, he is a sannyasi. Sannyasis are not supposed to keep the wealth, right? Sannyasis are not supposed to keep. It is unfortunate today there are many sannyasis who have millions of dollars and so many crores of rupees in India. There are many sannyasis who have a lot of money. Forget about them. But the true sannyasi means you are not supposed to have even a single rupee bank balance in your name. You should be sarvasanga parityagi. That means you should leave the house, no attachments to anything, no properties in your name, nothing. You are just like detached and traveling. That is the sarvasanga parityaga of sannyasi meaning. But the other way of seeing it, the yukta vairagya means I am a sannyasi, I am a sarvasanga parityagi, but you want to give me millions of dollars? You want to give me 5 crore rupees? Yes, thank you, I will take it. But I'm not using it for myself. I'm going to use it for construction of a temple. I'm going to use it for maybe do something else in relating to the spreading Krishna consciousness, giving prasadam to everybody, distribution of Bhagavad Gitas, distribution of the knowledge, do anything for spreading the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Then that money is utilized in a right way. So otherwise people have this misconception of vairagya means not touching anything, not eating anything, living away from the family. That's one level of vairagya misunderstanding. So Suddha Sattva means you are doing your duty and employing your fruits for the satisfaction of Krishna. So after Krishna explained all the 700 slokas to Arjuna, Hare Krishna ma. After Krishna explained all the slokas to Arjuna, what did Arjuna say? My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt and I am preparing to act according to the instructions. So basically, నాకు ఇప్పుడు వరకు ఉన్న డౌట్స్ అన్ని పోయినాయి. ఇప్పుడు నేను రెడీగా ఉన్నాను. నువ్వు ఏం చెప్తే అది నేను చేయడానికి రెడీగా ఉన్నాను. When the Bhagavad Gita started, what was Arjuna telling? I am not ready to fight. I don't want to kill my relatives. If I kill my relatives, irreligion starts. What will I enjoy? Because I'm sometimes, if I say you are having Vikram Garu, I give you 100 crores, but you are the only person living in the entire town. Will you be happy? Because even though you have wealth, if you are the only person in that place, I mean, what happiness you will have? Because we are social people, we want to live in a society, and if you have money also, we want to be in that society. Then we'll feel that enjoyment of that one. That's what Arjuna was telling. What is the use of doing my rajyam on dead bodies of the people? Why should I do? These are all the difficult questions he asked in the first chapter. First chapter slowly gets into the second chapter. Then Krishna starts explaining, and finally Krishna says, do your duty. After he explains everything, do your duty as a service to me. Then Arjuna did not go to Himalayas. He took his Gandivam, left, right, center, and he has won the Mahabharata war. He has finished one by one like this. He has finished everybody. He did not take sannyasa and sit in Himalayas. He just followed what Krishna said. So this whole knowledge is helping us finally not to become sannyasis or something. It's helping us to understand we are all in Grihasthashram, right? We are all having families, children, people, responsibilities. Despite you are in the Grihasthashram, what you can do, how you can do, how to follow the Dharma Pathan. So the best way to understand philosophy is railway lines, 2 parallel lines. Railway lines are 2 parallel lines, right? Patalu, eppudu rendu untayi. One is your spiritual path and one is your domestic life. You have your earthly responsibilities, family responsibility, like a husband, mother, wife, children. Some responsibilities are there. One hand, do your duties. On the other hand, hold God. Like that, you have to travel. You cannot, I mean, when you reach a stage where you want to give up and have only one, that is a different stage. Like sannyasis today, they give up the family responsibilities and they take only, they only work for God. They are at a different level, but all of us are in Grihasthashram. So we have our duties to manage both and still this one. So this is again a misconception in a lot of philosophies. People give wrong understanding. So we need to be careful to have a right understanding of the philosophy. So again, Krishna in 17:5-6 is telling some people try to follow very rigorous austerities which are not prescribed. For example, Amarana Nirahara Diksha. Some people do that one. Some for some reason, for political party reason or something like that, they try to do that one. In that process, they are torturing their body, right? You're not even giving water to your body for 20 days, 30 days. You're trying to do all kinds of things. Krishna is telling this body is given to you for what? Not to waste it. Why is Krishna to give this body? For example, to cross the water, you need a boat, right? To cross the water, you need a boat. After crossing the water, you don't need the boat. But while you are crossing, you need the boat, right? Pakka boat is very, very important. Boat needs to be safe. Jagrataga undal dantlo water ragordu. Boat needs to be proper condition. Engine should be good. Everything need to be good. So in this way, Krishna is telling, I have given you this body, but use this body for self-realization. He is giving you intelligence. He is telling you, please read my books. He is giving you money. Please use my money in the right way. Krishna is giving everything. He is telling that use it in the right way so that you can make progress, and by the end, you are able to do the self-realization. So body should never be tortured beyond a point of time. Some people torture the body so much in the name of austerity. So Krishna, actually, I am amazed whenever I read each sloka that there is answer for everything in Bhagavad Gita. When I read more and more, I feel like amazed. Everything is there in Bhagavad Gita. So austerities, again, people in the ignorance, they just self-torture to prove some point, like Amar Nera Diksha, we were just taking as an example. They're just doing it like that one. Or people in Rajoguna, they do austerity. They'll say, నేను 5 రోజులు ఉపవాసం ఉన్నానండి అందరికీ చెప్తారు. I was fasting for 5 days and కనిపించిన అందరికీ చెప్తుంటారు నేను 5 రోజులు ఉపవాసం ఉన్నా, నేను 9 రోజులు ఉపవాసం ఉన్నా, నీకు తెలుసా? Because by doing fasting also, you are expecting a recognition from somebody. So, whereas mode of sattva guna, you are doing this faith, you are doing it everything with faith. And finally, performed with faith and with a desire to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Why are you doing Ekadashi Upavasam? Is it for Ekadashi Upavasam can be done for health benefits, right? Some doctors prescribe. Now it is Ekadashi Upavasam is scientifically proven. Japanese doctors have certified that fasting once in 2 weeks is really good for health as well. So you can do it for health reason, or you can do that because Shastra said Ekadashi I need to fast, which is very good. Or you can do that one. You know what is the true meaning of Upavasam? Upavasam. Upa means near, Vasam means sitting next to God.
భగవాన్ని చేరుకోవడం
భగవంతుడికి దగ్గరకి ఉపవాసం. So that's why in olden days, on the Ekadashi day and all these days, actually, you know, all the mothers, they're so busy. Some mothers are cooking 4 times a day. Some mothers are cooking 3 times a day, right? So in the Upavasam day, when the whole family is doing fasting, even mother also gets rest. So she also doesn't need to be in the kitchen whole day, running around what to do, what to prepare for them all. And they have some light food, and they have an opportunity to maybe chant more names of the God, or read Bhagavad Gita, or do something kind of things. Upavasa means getting closer to the God. But if you are only not doing anything God related, if you are only stop eating food, then that means you are doing either for diet or for health satisfaction. You are not doing for God. Or because I did not eat food whole day, I feel weak and I'm only sleeping. If I'm sleeping whole day because I'm weak, I'm sleeping whole day, then also there is no benefit. So if on the Ekadashi day or any day when you are doing Upavasam, that day you read, normal day you do half an hour puja, let's say. That day you do 1 hour puja. Normal day you read 2 slokas of Bhagavad Gita. That day you read 10 slokas of Bhagavad Gita. Normal days you read Vishnu Sahasranam once. That day you read 4 times. Then the intensity of the Upavasam helps in a way, much bigger way to connect to the God. So since this topic has come, I would like to recommend whoever are attending these sessions, slowly start following the Ekadashi Upavasam. Once in 15 days, Ekadashi comes. I will keep sending messages as a reminder to you in the group, in the Vedic Wisdom group. I would recommend you to do a fasting on Ekadashi day. There are different levels of fasting, depends upon your health circumstances. You can, depends upon your health circumstances, you can do. The highest is on just water. I know it's difficult. Next is fruits and milk. Fruits and milk. Next level is being on fruits and milk. Next level is eating non-grains. Non-grains. Many of us, especially South Indian Telugu speaking people, for us Upavasham means we eat chapatis, we eat all kinds of things in the evening or afternoon and kind of things. But basically Shastra says you are not supposed to eat any grains. You should not eat rice. You should not eat wheat. You're not supposed to eat this one. That's why there are some non-grains like sabudana. Sabudana khichdi. Sabudana is like a non-grain, or like samal antar. Dantoti they make like curd rice kind of a thing. So Sirisha can send a message about some of the possibilities in the group. So like sabudana khichdi or curd samas, curd rice, or some of these can be made. Some with some vegetables only you can make something and eat. If you feel like you cannot stay up only with fruits and milk, at least you can cook something which is non-grain related.
ఏకాదశికి రాత్రి అన్నం తింటారా?
తినరమ్మా. అంటే మన ఇదివరకు తెలిసిన దాని ప్రకారం ఏంటంటే ఏకాదశి అంటే రాత్రి అన్నం తినేసేవాళ్ళం, లేకపోతే రాత్రి ఉప్మా తినేవాళ్ళం, లేకపోతే రాత్రి 15 ఇడ్లీ తినేవాడిని. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏకాదశి ఏంటంటే అలా కాదు. యు ఆర్ సపోజ్ టు గ్రెయిన్స్ తినకూడదమ్మా. ఇప్పుడు ఇడ్లీ తిన్నా దాంట్లో ఉరద్ దాల్ ఉంటుంది, అంటే పప్పు ఉంటుంది. పప్పులు తినకూడదు ఆ రోజు. యు ఆర్ నాట్ సపోజ్ టు ఈట్ ఎనీ గ్రెయిన్స్. నో దాల్, no lentils, no rice. There are so many alternatives. There are 500 Ekadashi varieties. We have Ekadashi variety books, but the purpose is lost. If you are searching cookery books to find out how to make so many different varieties for Ekadashi, the purpose of Ekadashi is lost. But of course, it depends upon health circumstance. Ekadashi, it is said that anybody from the age 5 up to 80 can do Ekadashi. But depends. If somebody is diabetic, probably they cannot do. Somebody has any other serious health problems, they cannot strictly do that one. So they can follow the normal, they can eat, but they can try to do more chanting or read more Bhagavad Gita. But if our health permits, if we are young and our health is permitting, I sincerely request us to start following Ekadashi, because it is one of the good practice in the path of bhakti. Ekadashi fasting will really give so many spiritual benefits. And actually each Ekadashi has a big story. Every Ekadashi has a big story, why it is done and what it is done. There is something called Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, which comes once in a year in May, June, summer time.
ప్రభుజీ ఎవ్రీ మంత్ ఒక ఏకాదశి వస్తుంది కదా, ప్రతి ఏకాదశికి మనం రెండు వస్తాయి కదా, రెండు ఏకాదశికి మనం ఫాస్టింగ్ చేయొచ్చా?
చేయాలమ్మా, చేయాలి. If you anybody want to strictly follow, you should follow for all the Ekadashis. It will give health benefit, and at the same time it will give spiritual benefit. Once in 15 days. I will send you a reminder one day before in the Vedic Wisdom group. At least next few months we are all connected to these classes. Then slowly it will become a habit and we can try to follow that one. I will also share some Ekadashi recipes in the group for some of you, so that who cannot completely be away, because it's difficult to be on fruit and milk. I am trying. Some days I am trying. I am just on water. Some days I just take milk and some fruits. Some days I feel like eating, I eat some sabudana or something like that kind of a thing. So Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, ideally you are supposed to even do without even a drop of water once a year. Because Bhima is like me. He said to Krishna, I am a food lover. You know, Krishna, I cannot stay like this. So Krishna has given him a bumper offer. If once a year you follow, that is as equal to following all the 52 Ekadashis. So bumper offer in the Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi is not even a single drop of water for 24 hours. So that is in the month of May or June. Huh? Yeah. We all do. Since last few years, we are all doing Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. It is okay. We are able to do. Initially, I thought I will have to be admitted in the ICU. I thought, no, but I am okay. We are able to do that without water also. We are able to do that one.
Yes, Prabhuji. Every Saturday I used to do fasting for Krishna only, without taking any food items.
Very nice, very nice. See, a lot of people follow differently, especially South. South is known for interesting customs. Some people don't fast on Monday, some people fast on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, different days people. I recommend, instead of following on different dates, following on Ekadashi is more Shastric kind of a thing. Yeah. Okay. If you have then mokkukoni maneste, then that is different. Some people say, like, they go to Shiva temple and say, like, 21 Mondays I don't eat, I want to do this one. Okay, ఏదైనా మొక్కుకొని మీరు చేస్తుంటే then that is fine. But if you're just doing like that, instead of doing Tuesdays, Wednesdays, where there is no connection, doing it on Ekadasi has the more connection, then it will give more results, no? Yeah. It is like putting your money, which is giving you a higher interest on the fixed deposit, rather than putting money in any bank.
అన్ని డబుల్ టర్మ్స్ లో చెప్తారు.
మనకు అర్థం కావాలంటే అంతే కదండి.
అంతే అంతే అండి.
మనకు అర్థం కావాలంటే
మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఏకాదశి ఇన్ ద ఇయర్
ఏంటమ్మా?
విచ్ ఇస్ ద మోస్ట్ అంటే ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఏకాదశి ఇన్ ద ఇయర్? Bhishma Ekadashi.
Yeah, actually, yeah, there are many Ekadashis which are very, very important, like Bhishma Ekadashi, Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, Uttarashayana Ekadashi, the one which comes in December, January, Vaikunta Ekadashi. They are important, but I would suggest let's try to follow all the
Ekadashi.
Monthly 2 means for 26 Ekadashi, 24 Ekadashis. If we can follow the 24 Ekadashis, slowly, step by step, after 1 year, we'll get used to it. For some time, it will be difficult, but slowly we'll get used to it. Again,
Which is the
exceptions are always there. Exceptions are always there. So, for example, some of you are in IT or some things, you are traveling, you go to outside country.
Prabhuji, if we get periods, can we follow that?
You can still follow. If so long as your health permits, you can follow.
Okay.
You can still follow. Ekadashi can be still followed.
Okay.
Yeah. As I told you that, like, many of us have this misconception. All the Matajis, please excuse me. All these misconceptions, periods time means away from God. That is a misconception we have. So in the periods time, if somebody gives you a sari, will you take it? New sari? If somebody gives you a gold, if somebody
They
gives
will
you 100
not
grams
offer,
gold,
first of all.
if somebody gives you a 50 grams gold in a cover, will you say it's periods time, I won't take it? If somebody gives you 1 lakh rupees and put in a cover and give you, it's my periods time, I won't touch the money, I won't take it, will you say? No. We are ready to take money, we are ready to take gold, we are ready to take saris, everything except God. So this is the common misunderstanding we have, that periods time means we should not think about God, we should not say any mantra also. No, it is very crystal clear. We are not supposed to go and touch the Mola Virat in a temple. But how many of us are pujaris here? Are we pujaris? No. How many of us have deities at home where we are doing Nitya worship, Nitya Kainkaryam, Nitya Abhishekam? Are we doing? No. We are not doing those kind of things. So many houses just have photos. Many houses don't even. Recently, I think myself, my wife, 4 years back, we were seeing some house and it was very interesting. They said there is no puja room. And that guy said, what is the use of puja room? So we removed that puja room and we are giving more space because nobody is using puja room. I said, Kali Yuga is now really true.
Yes, Prabhuji, nowadays all apartments are like that, only without puja room only they are constructing.
They're saying that they made it very clear that sales guy was very open. He said most of the people have some picture on some hall or bedroom or something. They have Venkateswara, some picture or whoever picture they have. So they don't have a concept of puja room, altar, Nitya Puja, Nitya Naivedyam is not there. So that's why we removed that space and we made a bigger kitchen, he said. So I don't know what to say. We just smiled and said, this is what is today's life, we said. But that's unfortunately that's happening. So we have to be a little watchful about these practices and try to follow properly. So just to let's conclude that there is no harm in doing Hare Krishna Mahamantra during periods time or even during the Sutakam time. Anybody in the family passed away, still you can do Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Still you can read Srimad Bhagavatam. Still you can read Bhagavad Gita, right? Still you can recite slokas of Krishna. Still you can sing bhajans of Krishna. There is no harm. Krishna will not take revenge on you because you are doing all these things in the wrong time. Okay? This is crystal clear. Amma, yes, you can touch the Bhagavad Gita book. There's nothing like that. You might find my answers radical, but this is crystal clear. This is verified as per the Shastra. Because even initially when I heard this one, we were feeling uncomfortable. What we heard is right or wrong. But I clarified, discussed with them. It is crystal clear that Shastras said that one, you can follow all these good practices. So comes what is real knowledge. Again, knowledge is understood by people in different ways. So people in ignorance mode, they consider whatever they know as knowledge. Naaku telisinde Vedantam. Whatever I know is the right knowledge, and they try to follow that kind of a thing. I can do anything. Evaru cheppadandi? That's the kind of a feeling a lot of people have. But people in the Rajoguna, they try to follow some knowledge, but suddenly they start following some incorrect philosophies given by all these fake gurus. Some fake guru gives some philosophy, they will start accepting that as the authentic philosophy and then start following that kind of a thing. Whereas the people who are in the mode of goodness, they will start understanding we are a soul. All living beings also has a soul. So there is something beyond the bodily concept, and they try to understand this knowledge. Anybody who is in the sattva guna try to understand the knowledge of the soul. If you are in the tamo guna, if you are so much bodily centered, it's very difficult to understand the soul concept. If I'm always running around me, my name, my money, my properties, my family, if I'm running around so much, it's very difficult to explain them the concept of soul, because you are so intertwined. Ante prapanchika vishayallo anta mana కూరుకుపోయినప్పుడు, you are a soul, you are going to die, you will take birth again. It's very difficult. But
Yes,
కొంత
Prabhu.
సత్వగుణంలో ఉంటే you start accepting the concept of soul. We are a body, we are a soul taking a body. There is rebirth again. You will start listening. Okay, this is what Bhagavad Gita is saying. Chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita is all about soul. I think in 2 weeks from now, we'll sit and talk exclusively on chapter 2. Who am I is the concept. We'll sit and talk. Whereas the people in the mode of Suddha Sattva Guna, they are able to see the soul in everywhere. They are in that level of consciousness. So that's why the people like that do not really get, what is the word used? They don't really get annoyed with anybody. They don't get angry with anybody. But మనం అనుకుంటాం కదా, సాధు జీవుల్లో ఉంటారు, వీళ్ళకి అసలు కోపం రాదా, వీళ్ళకి యాంగర్ రాదా అని అనుకుంటాం కదా. So they are like that. They are able to see the soul in everybody. We discussed sometime back an example of a courier agent bringing a good news and a bad news. So the people in the mode of goodness can see the person as a courier agent. They don't see him as a person who is causing the problem or who is giving happiness. They start understanding, మనం అనుకున్న ఈ ఆనందం is temporary. This is temporary happiness. Whatever happiness we are getting, sorry to say this one, death can snatch away everything like this in 1 second. 1 second. Whatever castles we have built, whatever dreams we have built, whatever money, properties, desires, everything in 1 second, death can take away from us. A person who is having the Bhagavad Gita knowledge will be conscious that death can happen anytime. I need to be prepared. Shastra says that one entire life is an preparation, death is an examination. Death is an examination, entire life is a preparation. A person who is in knowledge can accept death. A person who is ignorance cannot accept death. నేను ఇంత ప్లాన్లు వేసుకుంటే ఎలా వస్తుంది చావు, రావటానికి వీల్లేదు. నేను ఇన్ని ప్లాన్లు వేసుకున్నాను, నాకు ఇంత ఫ్యూచర్ ఉంది, అది అనుకుంటున్నాను, నా బిల్డింగ్ కట్టాలనుకుంటున్నాను, మా పిల్ల పెళ్లి చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను, నేను ఇచ్చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను, ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ దట్ వన్. దే హ్యావ్ సో మెనీ డిజైర్స్, అండ్ ఇఫ్ డెత్ కమ్స్ ఆల్సో దే విల్ బి అన్హ్యాపీ. దే కెనాట్ ఈవెన్ యాక్సెప్ట్ ఇట్. But they have no choice, they reluctantly die. The people in Suddha Sattva Guna accept it. At some point of time, I have to leave my body. I should be prepared for it. Krishna has given me certain number of breaths. That is his decision. Did we take birth on our own choice? Did we choose our mother, father, brother, sister? Did we choose that I'll be born in this family? I'll be born, whether I'm born in an animal family, or did we choose? Okay, one level we choose because of the past reactions, but on a different level, have we chosen our mother, father? No, we have not chosen our mother, father. We are forced. By virtue of our karma, we are pushed into one mother's body. That mother could be a human or animal or anything. We are pushed into one body. We have no choice. We have to come out and we have to go through this life. We have no choice. So this is what 5:18 Krishna says. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini suni chaiva swapake cha pandita samadarshina. Have you heard this sloka before? Pandita samadarshina. So basically, some of you sing that Annamacharya Kirtan, like Brahmam Okate, Para Brahmam Okate. In that one, Nindaina Raju Nidrinchu, that song, it explains this deep philosophy of Annamacharya Kirtan. Annamacharya sings this That song is the essence of Bhagavad Gita 5:18. Pandita Samadarshana. They are able to see everybody as one. They can understand that everybody has a soul, including that animal who is struggling is a soul. That soul is struggling in this body. They see like that one. So 14:16, Krishna is saying, the result of pious action is pure. Any action done in the mode of goodness is pure. Action is pure. But action done in the mode of passion results in misery. Bada. Anything which is done in passion, it will not always lead to happiness. You successful, you are happy. You are unsuccessful, bada. So it will cause you so much of pain and problem and all. And action performed in the mode of ignorance results in foolishness. Na garka, na gatka. Enduku panikiradu. But if you are in a mode of goodness, that actions, the results are pure and it is helping us. I think this is okay. Now coming to determination. Determination, pattudala. Again, you see people in the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness, and Shuddha Sattva Guna, how they behave. Pattudala and determination. So mode of ignorance, they are mostly like daydreaming. They cannot keep their word. I tell my wife every day, from tomorrow I'll go for a walk. I've been saying like that since many years. So I'm in like this. So every day I say I'll go for a walk, next day morning I'll again forget about it. So this is like daydreaming. So mode of passion. So fixed upon securing the fruits of religion, economic development and sense gratification. That determination is again for nakenti. Nakedana uste nen chestanu. Lekapothe cheyanu. Everything, mode of passion is always revolving around what you get back. If you get back, you are ready to work hard. If you get back, you are ready to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go for your business. You are ready to wake up whole night if you are able to get profits. If you all these things you are ready to do because you are going to get results. Mode of Sattva Guna is basically like you are controlling the mind, you are controlling the life, you are controlling the senses. You are determined, but the determination is about what is required. Em cheyalo cheyatam. Shastra prakaram tellarjon legamannaru legistam. I will control my sleep. Shastra prakara says sleep early. Shastra says eat sattvic food. So I'll try to control my tongue. My tongue wanted non-veg 365 days. But Shastra says, please eat sattvic food. So I'm trying to control that. Example. So this is what is controlling. The Sattva Guna people try to control the tongue, try to control their feelings, try to control their mind, because they know that is for a higher purpose. Actually, a lot of habits we form. We can let go the habits if we have a higher attraction. Once we have a higher attraction, all this looks very simple. But until we have a higher attraction, each of the habit what we formed becomes very, very difficult. For example, I want to sleep very late in the day. But let's say there is a higher goal called I need to go for a marathon running. Somebody is practicing for a 20 kilometers, 21 kilometer half marathon run. So he has that goal of 20 kilometers. He cannot afford to sleep until 9 a.m. in the morning. He has to get up every day, practice for months together, then develop that endurance, develop all this one stamina, and doing within the time of months and months of practice, he'll be able to do that marathon running. So he has a higher purpose. For some higher purpose is there, so he is able to give up the sleeping late habit. For example, food is causing a lot of health problems. Your higher purpose, doctor said, be cautious with food, right? After we pay 5 lakh rupees in some hospital, then we realize, many of us. So then we realize and then start following some good practices, good hobbies, we'll start following. Because there is a higher purpose, you are able to control the food. Before that, we are not able to control our tongue. Now with the higher purpose, we are scared, we are able to control. Like that, Krishna is telling that if we have a higher purpose, in the sense like if we understand that this human life is not to be wasted, this human life is for self-realization. We don't know again whether we'll get human birth or not. And this birth is to get connected to the God. If we have this higher purpose fixed in life, slowly small things we'll be able to give up. It becomes easy. So what they say is, some people, even in psychology, they say, if you want to remove a bad habit, start a new good habit, they say. Psychology also. Just removing bad habit is very difficult. They say first put a good habit, automatically one bad habit goes away. So similarly, if we have a higher connection with God, then everything is possible. All the difficulties also become easy. Why are we able to fast on an Ekadashi day? Next day after Ekadashi, we cannot fast. Huh? Next day after Ekadashi, mind is only after the food only. But on Ekadashi day, we are able to fast because you are getting that connected. You are getting that conviction that I am trying to do something for God, so that day you are able to fast. Like that, anything you are trying to do for a higher purpose of life, we will be able to follow the rules. So Krishna is saying here, Vyavasayatmikar buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahushakahi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Vyavasayatmikar buddhir ekeha kurunandana. So basically he's saying that anybody who is serious about purpose of life, ekeha kurunandana, they'll follow only one route. Anybody who is not clear about purpose of life, they're everywhere. They're doing whatever they like, they're doing anything, whatever they like, they're doing kind of thing. Similarly, I mean, please don't mistake me, but just for this example, some people see following different temples, different gods and different pujas, different vatas, because their list is big. Somavaram, I want to do this one, I want to get this one. Mangalavaram, I want to do this one, I get this one. Somebody told me, go to that Vinayaka temple in Sikandrabad and do 41 pradakshinas, you're going to get this one. Somebody told me 170 kilometers from here, there is another temple, you do this one, you're going to get this one. Some people are running around all the time. Just to fulfill their wishes, they are ready to go anywhere. Some people said there is a temple in Pakistan, they are also ready to take a visa and go to the temple. Okay, at least they are nice people thinking about God. They are not thinking about holiday. But they are always running around 100 things. But if you are focused on Krishna, you are focused on your one God, you don't need to run around 100 different things kind of thing. So, ekohi kurunandana, you are stick to yourself to one path of bhakti. You don't need to run around 100 times. Again, other devatas will not punish. We again think like that one. Some of us think, even earlier I used to think, if you have 10 murtis in the altar, if you're trying to do arati, if you forget doing arati to one murti, we'll think, oh, ivala in nanu pagabadtadu. Edo taitadi. Ivala Venkateswami teppaledu. Ayyo, ivala Shivudiki teppadam marchipayanu. Ivala Kumaraswamiki teppadam marchipayanu. Ivala Ganapatiki teppadam marchipayanu. Naku edo moodindi. God is not a sadist. No, we have these conceptions, right? We have these misunderstandings. Achaypote emaindi. Ivala nenu dannam pettaledu. Emaitado emo. So these are the kinds of misconceptions all of us carry from many days and many lives kind of a thing. But again, this goes back to that Shastra, what we discussed from Srimad Bhagavatam, beautiful sloka. Mano chettu peragalante neellu ekkada postam? Roots. Antegani prati aakuki tadipi, prati kommani neelలలో munchutam mano. We give water only to the root, then only the tree will grow. So today to eat food, do I feed to my hand, leg, liver, everything? I just put the food, stomach takes it, digests it, and it is giving to my entire body. It is nourishing, it is helping my whole body, right? In a similar way, Krishna is making very clear, don't worry. If you are worshipping me, don't worry that other devatas are going to take revenge on you. There is nobody who is going to take revenge on you. So if you are just like how you put water to the root to the tree is satisfied and all the leaves, stems, twigs, everything is satisfied, they are all growing properly. You worship Krishna, all devatas will be happy. All devatas will be happy. They will not be, for example, until you might be thinking until last year, let's say, for example, I was following Kumaraswamy, I'm following Ganesha. I was doing every Wednesday Upavasam. I was doing every Wednesday going to temple. I was doing pradakshinas. Now I'm trying to develop the love for Krishna. Will Ganesh will be upset? No, Ganesh will be very happy. Because Ganesha's principal god is Vishnu. Ganesha will be happy. Will Lord Shiva will be upset? No, Lord Shiva will be also very happy. Vaishnavanam Yada Shambho. What is Lord Shiva telling? Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. When Parvati Mata asks Shiva, what is the best thing to do? How do we come out of the cycle of birth and death? He says, please do this, please do this Sri Rama Taraka Mantra, please do it. So no devatas will be upset if you are trying to follow the higher purpose, or if you are trying to follow the Krishna or kind of thing. So because we are all used to many belief systems from many lives. Our belief systems are not coming from one life. I want to tell very clearly. Our belief systems are coming from many lives. Enno janmal nunchi enno alochana toti we are coming here. That's why our belief systems are sometimes a kichdi. But there's nothing to feel worried about if you are trying to ekohi kurunandana. Okay, I think happiness again is defined in different ways, but what is the destination for different people? It is very interesting to understand what is the destination. The people who are in ignorance, hellish worlds and the animal kingdom. The destination for the people who are always in the mode of ignorance is hellish worlds and animal kingdom. And the people who are in the mode of passion, their destination is association of earth, again in earthly planets. They'll be again given birth again here in this earthly planet. And the people who are in the mode of goodness, they are born in heavenly planets. They are given Swarga Praptirastu, they are given higher planets. And the people who are in the mode of pure goodness, Vaikunta, the place of no return, the place where you go, you don't need to come back again. That is the highest destination if you are in the mode of pure goodness. So our actions are different. Our food habits are different based on the guna. Our charity is different. Our determination is different. Our work is different. Our thought process is different. Everything is different, dominated by our modes. So we are going to the last leg of this session today. Yeah, this is what is basically Krishna is saying in the 14:14, that when one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of the great sages. And 14:15, Krishna is saying when one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those in the fruity activities, and one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom. So Krishna is making clear in the 14 what is the final destination based on your mode. Whichever mode you are in, that kind of if you are, let's say throughout the life I am in the mode of ignorance, for sure there will be next life, because you are in the mode of ignorance, your actions will be all that kind of ignorant actions. Your charity is ignorant, your determination is ignorant, everything you believe whom whatever you want, and then you waste your life, and at the end of the day we are again born in the animal kingdom. And it might take again after 50 births or 100 births again human life. And in the animal life there is no thinking process. Why am I born? Who am I? Am I soul? There's no thinking process, because animal lives are only for burning karma. They don't accumulate new karma. Animal lives don't accumulate new karma. Animal lives are all only to burn karma, existing karma. Whereas human life, we have taken this particular body to burn the karma, but at the same time we have an opportunity to gain new karma. Whether we gain pious karma or negative karma is in our hands. We are born in certain families, certain circumstances because of some of our karmic reactions. Now this solution is in 8.5, 8.6. 8.5, 8.6, what is Krishna telling? Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajiti ante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavita. ఏ ఆలోచనతో అయితే నువ్వు శరీరాన్ని వదులుతావో నువ్వు అది అచీవ్ చేస్తావు. ఆఖరి నిమిషంలో ఏదైతే నువ్వు ఆలోచిస్తావో that will be your next body. If anybody wanted to know what is your next body, crystal clear. Whatever we are thinking at the time of the death, that is my next body. Now choice is ours. What do we want to think about in the last minute? But at the same time, Krishna is telling in 8.5, Antyakalecha mameva smaranam mukta kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nasti atra shamshaya. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt, because he knows that we never accept anything. That's why Krishna himself is saying yati nasti atra samshaya. God has to tell us atra samshaya, please don't doubt, please listen to me. Devudu cheppina mana namma, andukane please na maatenandi. He is telling again that if you think of me at the end of your life, there is no rebirth again. But can we think of Krishna at the end of the life? Is it possible to think about Krishna at the end of the life? అవును. ఆ టైంలో సంతోషంగా ఉంటే ఆ ఆలోచన ఉంటే మంచిది. సో జ్యోతి మాతాజీ గారు చెప్పారు ఆన్సర్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు ప్రాక్టీస్ త్రూ అవుట్ అవర్ లైఫ్ దట్ కాన్షియస్నెస్, then there is a guarantee that we'll think about Krishna at the end of the life. Do we know when is the end of the life? Sorry to say this at this moment. Do we know when is the end of the life? Is it predicted? Huh? So when we don't know what is the end of the life, what is our duty we need to do? Every day we need to think about Krishna. We don't know whether it's today is the last day or tomorrow, next year, after 10 years, we don't know. The birth date is very designated, very clear. Birth date, birth time, birth star, everything is very clear. But the end date, end time, end star, Krishna has not revealed us. He kept it like a topmost secret, right? So Parikshit Maharaj was told that he's going to leave his body in 7 days, 7 nights. So what did Parikshit Maharaj do? So he was not busy sharing his, settling all the property disputes, sorting out all the properties, distribution of the money, giving the ATM password to the wife, giving internet banking password to the wife. He was not busy doing all the Asti Pampakas. Immediately he left. He is the, Parikshit Maharaj was the emperor of the entire earth. He was not the emperor of India. He was the emperor of the entire earth. At that time, entire earth was under one kingdom, Parikshit Maharaj. And he being a king, who is the earth, immediately he left home. Without a second thought, he went to Sukadeva Goswami. ఆయన పాదాల దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళిపోయి ఏం చేస్తే మళ్ళీ నాకు జన్మండకుండా ఉంటుంది, వాట్ షుడ్ ఐ డూ? He went and asked Sukadeva Goswami, what should I do then so that I use these 7 days and 7 nights properly? Sukadeva Goswami said, Srimad Bhagavata is the solution, come sit. And he spoke for 7 days, 7 nights non-stop. There was no tea break, no toilet break, no lunch break, no TV break, no ad breaks. 7 days non-stop Srimad Bhagavatam. And after 7 days, did Parikshit Maharaj die? He died. He died. But there is no birth again for him. He went straight to Vaikuntha, to the Krishna's abode he went. So there was a Muni called Kattavanga Muni. He was told that he has 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, he's going to die. He comes to know. Immediately, he leaves everything. 45 minutes, he thinks about Krishna, and finally, he gets into that benefit. But they are fortunate people. Do we know that we are going to die in 7 days, 7 nights, or 45 minutes, or 1 week, 10 days, 1 year? We don't know. So when we don't know, what do we need to do? Why do we take all health insurance policy? Why do we take health insurance policy? We don't know which day suddenly we might have to be admitted in the hospital, right? To be on the safe side, we take health insurance policy. We take LIC insurance policy. We don't know which day we are going to die. So at least we'll get some money for the family to survive, right? So we are taking insurance policies for this life, but we are not taking the biggest insurance policy what Krishna has given, so that there is no life again. So we are all working about our insurance policies in the world. But are we thinking about the real insurance policy, which will not give birth again? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If this mantra can go into our every nerve, every cell, at some point in time, it is not going to be easy. At some point in time, if this mantra can go into our every cell, then we are not worried about death. Krishna, anytime, come, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. And we are not worried what is going to happen to me next time, what is going to happen to my family, what is going to happen to my money, my properties, my name, fame, this. We are not worried because we understand that this is temporary. Shastra is telling that this is temporary. We are going through this process of education to understand that we are spending too much time on temporary things and we are spending less time on what is important. So these Shastras are eye-openers. Bhagavad Gita is an eye-opener. Srimad Bhagavatam is an eye-opener for all of us. My wife is already looking at me that it's 8 o'clock.
Based on word alone, what is that alone? No other God we should pray at that time, at that particular time.
Yeah, he basically, we will talk more about it in the next session, in the Who is God session. But Krishna basically makes it very clear that if you think alone, if you think me alone, then I can take you about from the cycle of birth and death. No other devata can take out of cycle of birth and death. They can give all kinds of benefits. Like there are many devatas, I'm not trying to undermine. There are many devatas can give many benefits, but they cannot take you from the cycle of birth and death. For example, there are so many doctors, but there's one specialist doctor who can come in any situation, he can save the patient. Everybody wants that specialist doctor. So Krishna is that kind of a super specialist that he assures you that I can take you out of the cycle of birth and death. Mam ekam. What is the final Sarvadharman parijyaccha mam ekam sharanam vraja. Finally, 1866, Krishna is telling, Mam ekam sharanam vraja. You take my shelter, you leave everything, you take my shelter, I will take care of you. So, what mode I am in, right? This is an important question, right? After understanding all modes, how do people behave in sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, it is very, very important to understand what mode I am in. And I think we need to introspect it very frequently, not just today, one session. Every once in 10 days, we need to see, once in 15 days, how we check our weight and see whether we have put on 100 grams or not, or kind of things. No? In a similar way, we should check which mode I am in. Am I in sattva guna? Am I in rajo guna? Or am I in tamo guna? So Krishna is saying very clearly, this was one of the questions which Vikram Prabhu was asking. 14:10. Sorry, make late out man. Yeah. So sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent. Sometimes mode of passion becomes prominent. Sometimes mode of ignorance becomes prominent. Our nature keeps moving up and down. Sometimes different modes keep dominating different kind of thing. Our effort is to try to move into the mode of goodness. So how do we move to the mode of goodness? Right? Do we have this question? Last session and this session, I spoke so much about sattva guna, sattva guna, sattva guna. But how do we move into the mode of goodness? So the choices we make on a regular basis will strengthen a particular mode. Every day, what kind of food we are eating. Every day, what kind of choices we are making. What kind of books we are reading. Every day it determines what kind of choices we make. What kind of people we hang out with. What kind of culture we are exposed with. What kind of books we read. What kind of food we eat, what kind of thoughts we are cultivating, what kind of decisions we are making every day from morning till evening, that will determine whether are we continue to stay in tamo guna, continue to stay in rajo guna, or trying to move into sattva guna, or falling down. Everything is determined by what we do every day. This is what Shastra is telling. Keep in mind that it just cannot happen overnight, right? Overnight, we cannot change our mode. Because our mode is based on our karmic reaction. Why are certain people so soft? Why are certain people so violent? Because of the past reaction, somebody is very violent. Somebody is extremely soft. But for a soft person, trying to become to sattva guna is easy. For a violent person, coming to sattva guna is difficult. But he can also get it, right? It's like that. In summary, have devotee ABCDs of life. Shastra says ABCDs of life. A, devotee association. If we want to spiritually progress, we should make friendship with devotees. We should go around with devotees. We should spend more time with devotees because they are following those practices, right? If there are some people who are reading Bhagavad Gita every day, trying to follow Bhagavad Gita in their life, if we are with them, వాళ్ళతోటి మనం కూడా ఫాలో అవ్వగలుగుతాం. Books, B for books. We have to read Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita kind of a books every day. By that, I'm telling you, Srimad Bhagavatam book and Bhagavad Gita books can make significant change in our consciousness. They can change our mind. They can change our thinking. What becomes difficult for us, for example, we'll say, Prabhuji, మీరు ఇట్లా చెప్తారు, నాకు అది చేంజ్ అవడం చాలా కష్టంగా ఉంది. But read that book. It's very surprising. How can a book will change you? But that book has that power. Srimad Bhagavatam has that power to change your thinking process. It will change. For example, one person says, I have deep attachment for non-veg. I am not able to give up. Read Bhagavatam for 1 month. I am telling you, slowly your love for non-veg will come down. I am not able to give up something. Somebody has, each one of us have some problem. But if you are not able to give up that one, by reading these books, they will have that kind of an effect. See, chant the holy names. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra chanting for months together will make significant changes. It's very difficult to understand. How can a mantra change my mind? How can a book change my mind? But believe me, it changed so many lives. It will work. Talakane poste anacin or dart or tablet will definitely reduce your headache, right? We know by experience. Similar way, these books will definitely change our mind. And D for diet. Diet means not only reducing food, it is eating prasadam. Eating prasadam every day will also bring change in the consciousness. I think these are the 4 important things to keep in mind. A, B, C, D. A for association, B for books, C for chanting, and D for diet, which is eating prasadam. These 4 things will help us make rapid spiritual progress in our life. If you want to remember 8.5, Antyakalecha Mamekam Sharanam, what Krishna said, these 4 things, if we read everyday book, if we read chant every day, there is every guarantee that on the last day you will again think about Krishna. You will not think about anything else. If throughout the life you are practicing every day 1 hour, I took the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, I sit and read half an hour Srimad Bhagavatam, I sing 1 bhajan every day. Let's say that has become my life. Last day also the same thing will happen, right? Last day you will suddenly not sing a movie song and enjoy, right? If you are practicing throughout your life, last day also you will think about Krishna. But throughout the life you do whatever nonsense we want to do, last minute remember Krishna is a little like a jackpot. It is possible. It happened to one person, Ajamila, that story from Srimad Bhagavatam. Now there is no time. Next week I will tell that story from Ajamila 5 minutes before we start the class. So he got that jackpot. Last minute he was able to think about Narayana and he got the jackpot. But that is rare. But that stories are told so that we understand the value. But from that story, we should not think that, well, I will enjoy my life. Last minute I'll think about Narayana. It is not possible. Right? We'll stop here. Any questions? సారీ అండి మిమ్మల్ని ఎక్కువసేపు కూర్చోబెట్టాము. ప్రసాదం తీసుకొని వెళ్ళండి మీరు. మాకు ఇంకో కీర్తన 10 నిమిషాలు పడుతుంది. మీరు టైం తక్కువ ఉంటే ప్రసాదం తీసుకొని వెళ్ళండి ప్లీజ్. శిరీష, ప్లీజ్ గివ్ దెమ్ ప్రసాదం. ప్రసాదం తీసుకో. చాలా సంతోషం వచ్చినందుకు. థ్యాంక్ యూ. Any questions, Hare Krishna? Any questions on what we discussed today? We'll do the Aarti and close. Damodarashtakam. Yeah. Any questions? Who is online? Any questions you have? Today is again a heavy topic, which is again adding to one more layer of pizza. Last time we had some vegetables. Again now we have put cheese. So this is little heavy topic. Please ask.
And he knows everything about death, life, and everything. But how will he come to know about how will he become the guna? How will he come to know? When he will come to know? See, he will be aging and he's still in the life of only egoism and only self-centered.
Yeah.
How do you think that person will come out of all these things?
Give him prasadam for 21 days.
He takes prasadam.
See, basically, these are all opportunities for us to awaken us. For example, if that same person we are talking as an example, who is throughout the life self-centered and kind of a person, if he gets this opportunity to sit in one session and he listens, sometimes ఏంటంటే పెరట్ చెట్టు మందుకు రాదన్నట్టు మనం ఎన్ని మాట్లాడిన ఎక్కదండి. బయట వాళ్ళు ఎప్పుడన్నా చెప్తే sometimes it will strike the mind. Especially I'm telling you, death is a topic which will strike anyone. And a lot of people try to ignore death, try to ignore the topic of death and leave their life. But the moment they start understanding if it is going to hit very badly, then suddenly it will become like a jolt, power shock laga undi ఇక్కడ నుంచి నేను జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండాలన్న ఆలోచన వస్తుంది. ఆర్ ఇఫ్ దే మీట్ ఎ ప్యూర్ డివోటీ, సిన్సియర్ వైష్ణవ, ప్యూర్ డివోటీ ఆఫ్ ద గాడ్, ఆయన ఎవరన్నా మాట్లాడుతున్నా ఆయన ఆ సెషన్లో కూర్చొని ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ విన్నారనుకోండి, ఆయన మైండ్లో మార్పు వస్తుంది. ప్రసాదం తీసుకుంటున్నా మార్పు వస్తుంది. భాగవతం చదవటం మొదలెడితే మార్పు వస్తుంది. మేబీ ఫర్ దెమ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు టెల్ ఇన్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ వే అండ్ పుట్ భాగవతం బుక్ ఇన్ దేర్ హ్యాండ్. Maybe you have to tell them by reading this book, your properties will become double. Example, I'm not trying to undermine, I'm just telling. For some person, we have to tell like that one. But after some time, they will understand. Initially, Krishna also said, right, we discussed in one sloka, 4 kinds of people come to me, right? We discussed in one of the sloka, like 4 kinds of people, Adhardi, Jignasu, 4 kinds of people come to Krishna. A lot of people come to Krishna to start with for a financial help or a medical help or something. Slowly, they will start understanding there is no point in asking Krishna for temporary problems. There is something higher purpose. They will, once they start understanding higher purpose, they will start asking small things, right? For example, finance minister comes to your home. What will you ask me? Can you help me fill my income tax return? Will we ask him? No? Finance minister coming to the home will not ask him small thing, right? Raja gar, what will ask if finance minister comes to your home? Will you ask him, can you please arrange 1 crore loan for me in one bank? Will not ask small things, no? You will ask him to change one policy so that you are benefited. Is that right? So when Krishna himself, who is the supreme God, coming like a finance minister, we won't ask him, no, please give me 50 lakhs loan. Please help me fill my income tax return. Please tell me how much is my EMI if I take a 10 lakhs car loan. We'll not ask finance minister such small things. We can ask him very big thing in life. So like that, slowly, step by step, we can take any person towards it. But actually, it is, to be honest with you, it's very difficult. In Bahunam Jannam, a lot of people, so many lives don't want to even think about God. Like that, so many lives also go. So somehow, if you are caring for them, the Shastra says, if you are really caring for somebody, please pray for them. They say we have to pray for them. I want this soul to attend a Bhagavad Gita class. I want this soul to meet a great devotee. I want this soul to take prasadam. If you pray for them, that is going to happen. Actually, when we pray for others, we'll get more benefit. That will be fast fulfilled than praying for ourselves. That's what they say. Right? We'll do Damodarashtakam. Narsimha, yeah, it's fun. We'll do. Come, 8:10. You'll sing? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Come. Hare Krishna, any questions? If there are any questions online, some of you are there. Thank you for staying back. So please, if you have any questions, ask now, or please post in the group. I'm more than happy to clarify those questions even during the week. Come. Sirisha, let them do the sloka and then we'll do the, no?
Damadati, I'll just send it in without lead follow.
Yeah.
This I'll do lead follow?
Yeah, this you do lead
Okay.
follow.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Viram Ashipuraksha. Nakalaye. Ito aparangko. Toya toya misato nansemba. Hare Hare. Simhamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Avakara Kamalagare. Adbhuta Shri. Adbhuta Shri. भक्त विघ्ननाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्ण। नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले ब्राजमानम् यशोधाभियानुकलादवमानम् परामृष्टमात्यन्ततो द्रुतगोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं मृजन्तम् पराम्भोजयुग्मेन शातङ्कनेत्रम् मुश्वासकम्पत्रिरेकाङ्ककण्ठा स्थितग्रैव दामोदरं प्रतिबद्धम् इति दृक्ष्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तमख्यापयन्तम् पर्यटिताग्नेषु भुक्ताजितात्वम् पुनः प्रेमतापं शतावृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं वनेहं वरुषादप्रिह इदं गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्याविष्टां किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाब्जमत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तादरं मे मनसा विराट्कमलं लक्षलाभै नमो देवदामोदरानन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाभिमग्नम् कृपा दृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानु गृहाणेश मामग्नमिर्यक्षिदृश्या कुबेरात्मजौ बुद्धमूर्त्यैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्ति स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुताम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय विश्वस्य दाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण
हे कृष्ण श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
हे कृष्ణ థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ రేణుక గారు ప్రణీత చివరి వరకు ఉన్నారు థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్
థ్యాంక్ యూ
సో ప్లీజ్ కంటిన్యూ టు ఆఫర్ ద ghee lamp in your home to Lord Damodara and continue to do this and another 10 days we have in Kartik Masam golden opportunity. Hare Krishna ma, thank you.
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna ma, thank you.
थैंक यू